I am present.
Right, I understand. He's claiming that he's got $5,000 a month in expenses and only $5,000 a month in income, and net's about $35.
It's Kevin's fault.
It's been a rough year. Why does Phil always have to mention that there's a tips goal on the stream? And why does he have to mention if it's a slow day for contributions? And why does he have to bring that up? Big ups to your dad. And a very slow day for support. Please tip me. I need tips tonight. I jump on stream. Obviously, I need tips. Pay my taxes, pay my back taxes, pay my utilities, pay my mortgage, pay my internet bill, pay my utilities. Very slow day for support. Been 47 minutes, and only the third tip of the day. I really appreciate that. I need that way more. Pay my taxes, pay my back taxes, pay my utilities, pay my mortgage, pay my internet bill, pay my utilities. I'm a positive guy. I focus on positivity. I tell you guys every day on my streams, I'm not a person who revels in hurting others to get over. I will put out positive, fun gameplay content for you guys, and I will continue to be successful that way. And if I fail, I fail, but at least at the end of the day, I can say, hey, it was a slow day. It's been a very slow day for support. Please tip me. I need tips tonight. I jump on stream. Obviously, I need tips. Pay my taxes, pay my back taxes, pay my utilities, pay my mortgage, pay my internet bill, pay my utilities. Very slow day for support. Been 47 minutes, and only the third tip of the day. I really appreciate that. I need that way more. Pay my taxes, pay my back taxes, pay my utilities, pay my mortgage, pay my internet bill, pay my utilities. Please tip me. I need tips tonight. I need to pay bills over the weekend. I appreciate those who contribute in any way, but please, if you can tip me, do that rather than these super chats and membership. I need that way more, okay? Now, I do have a favor to ask, okay? I mentioned this on tonight's late stream. I'm going to probably be mentioning it on every stream this week. Here's the deal. This week, I have 2 very large bills due. But then, I also have my day off on Wednesday. I'm bringing this up because I need you to refocus your support if you were already planning on supporting me this weekend.
This one's for all my baby girls. Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown.
Fucking loser.
Phil's this, Phil's that.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown. Phil's this, Phil's that.
Always going broke.
Phil's a beggar.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar.
If you think that someone who has to live day to day on tips and shit is funny, oh, so hilarious that this guy has stuff financially tight. Ha 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 ha. No, it's not fucking funny. Now shut up.
Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown. Phil's this, Phil's that.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar.
Begging.
Phil's a beggar. Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown.
Always going broke.
Phil's this, Phil's that.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar. It's not begging.
Okay, I'll be honest, it makes me nervous because I've noticed recently there's actually been an uptick in super chats, which is great. It helps the channel long term, and certainly I'm not being ungrateful. And if that's the only way that you can contribute or support the channel, great. If you can help me and tip me, please do. That's what I need help with right now, okay? Again, I'm not asking for anything above and beyond. You know idiots will come out in prayers. Phil's saying he wants you to pay directly.
This dude is a piece of fucking garbage.
Yesterday was a really slow day for me on stream. I didn't make a lot of support yesterday. It's you guys, and you know, how much you're liking the content I'm doing in a given day, how much you can afford to support that content. Can you argue it's a begging model? I mean, I guess.
This dude is a piece of fucking garbage.
I need this money, I get this money, beg for this money, I want the money. The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. The only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills.
Scumbags and mental cases on the internet still support I'm a beggar and I'm a loser and I'm on level 1. That I can't go on a honeymoon with my wife. I'm paycheck to paycheck. I'm on level 1.
I need this money, this money, this money. I get this money, this money, this money. Beg for this money, this money, this money. I want the money, The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. The only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills. I need this money, this money, this money. I get this money, this money, this money. Beg for this money, this money, this money. I want the money, The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. The only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills.
If you are watching his shows and you're paying his bills, you're a fucking loser. You should not support this guy. He had an opportunity to make serious money to entertain you, and he wouldn't do it. But you're gonna still fucking give him $200? You're gonna give him $50 to pay his fucking bills? Nah, you got a job. You keep your money. Fuck that guy.
I understand that people right now are so hyped for the gifted memberships, and I'm very grateful for that. I mean, thank you. But I hope that that doesn't mean that people are going to forego tipping, because that would put me in a bad situation. And in particular, I don't know why you guys, okay, why are you laughing? Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Why are you laughing? Oh, so hilarious that this guy has stuff financially tight. I literally can't afford stuff on Tuesday on my day off, and you're gonna laugh? Oh, it's funny. When you can't go and do something with your family on your day off, your one day off for the week when you're working full-time 6 days a week, that's funny, right? No, it's not fucking funny. Now shut up. Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Huh?
This one's for all my baby girls.
Now, what does the sugar do in the sauce?
Adds sweetness, adds a contrast. If you don't, it's all going to be tartness, and you won't have any
It's
kind
going to
of
be
sweetness
acidity
to
from
the sauce.
tomatoes.
Right, you'll have
And then
tart,
spice.
tart and it's acid and nothing else. Alright. So now we got to stir all that in, and then we add our final ingredients, and then the meat.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian bills. Italian dark side flip. Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian chill. Italian caregiver pill. I'm half kind of European mix. European style, Asian fusion style. Tips. Greasy hair. Pasta once a week. Authentic style, Asian fusion style, Italian.
Guess what else we're going to add?
What?
Sausage. Italian sausage. That's going to go in here too.
I love sausage. I have had many varieties.
Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian bills. Italian dark side flip. Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian chill. Italian caregiver pill. Why do you pretend to be Italian? I don't. I'm not full-blooded Italian. That'd be ridiculous for me to claim. I'm a quarter Italian. I am 1/4 Polish, and then I'm half kind of European mix. It complements the flavor perfectly. And it's so weird because it's nothing like any other cuisine. It really isn't. I can't even tell you another cuisine that tastes like that. But it's so good. And what I like about Mediterranean food is usually when you get it, you get such a good variety of stuff. Like I got, it came with hummus and pitas. You dip the pitas in the hummus, and that was delicious.
Robust.
Insanely flavorful chicken. It's not dry. It's freaking
Robust.
Give me this dipping sauce, garlic infused dipping sauce.
Robust.
I will tell you guys is thus.
Robust. Robust.
They came with their rice, which is the seasoned rice. The tastes, again, it tastes kind of different from other cultures' rices. It has peas and carrots, but it's also got this unique seasoning in it that's really good. And then also a side salad, which was like lettuce, tomato, onion,
Robust.
insanely flavorful chicken. It's not dry. It's freaking
Robust.
Give me this dipping sauce, garlic infused dipping sauce.
Robust.
I will tell you guys is thus.
Robust. Robust. Robust.
We went and got dinner. Now, this was a double-edged sword. We knew that the restaurant we were going to was probably going to be good. It was a very high-end Chinese-style, Asian fusion-style restaurant, okay?
Alright, we'll keep hearing more music, but let's set up the bingo card first of all. First of all, straight off the bat, thank you very much to Captain Falco 311 for a super chat. It says, I'm a man of my word, big ups for yesterday. I appreciate that super chat, you know, and it's very kind of him to start off the super chat. In fact, I'm going to play it again because we had Meerkat's music going over the back of it. You might hear my dog barking in the background. That's because I have a dog barking in the background. I have no other explanation for a dog barking in the background. I want to tell you, my dog is very barky tonight. So there you go. But here's Captain Falco's wee animation again.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
It's just to make sure, obviously, people get the full appreciation of the wee alert, you know what I mean? Because obviously, Meerkat's music is good as well, but if you know, do great songs playing over one another, you know what I mean? A wee quality wee tune like that, and then Meerkat's music, you want to make sure you can get to appreciate the wee tune from the alert to know that, you know, and give it proper attention it deserves. So thank you very much, Captain Falco 311 for that. Much appreciated. But yeah, let's get this bingo card sorted. I added a new one right before the for today's card. That's him sighing, essentially. Got told by somebody on Twitter. In fact, give me a second, I'll tell you exactly, because I know the name, but I never get it right because it's like got a bit to it. And I think they're the same name on here as well, I'm not sure. But on Twitter it's IP2 always wins. So he's messaged me on Twitter saying like thanks for doing the vids, whatever. And here's a suggestion as well of adding sighs, him having a big sigh to the list. So I think that's a good idea because Phil does do it quite a bit, whether he's a happy one or a sad one. Oh, Christ, man, what the fuck was that? I just made a bizarre noise. I got no idea what the fuck happened. You ever fucking make a noise you don't understand how the hell you fucking made it? It just fucking happened to me. Anyway, he suggested size. Fucking move on from me making my bizarre noise I can't comprehend. We've got size, or adding it to the fucking list. Yeah, it was like a fucking snort. It said it was backwards, man. What the fuck? It was. I tell you what, definitely it wasn't from a fucking nose. I'll tell you that much. I guarantee you, it was not a nose noise. What in the hell? Take it off. It wasn't Phil doing it. Right. So give me a second here. I'll change the wee display capture so you can see the bingo generator.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Kyle Detson, for super chat. It says, money, money, yeah, yeah. Get your popcorn ready, King. DSP said he said he's going to address Review Tech USA. He actually said it. I guess he said it in a tweet then because his ass saying, oh yes, his ass is awake. Sorry I have to be drama before we get to the game, but I'm going to put bed some bullshit. It's been a problem for over 6 years. Oh my. Bill is Riley today, that's for sure. Dashy said, I don't know if he did tell him because I didn't really notice. To be fair, I was busy eating dinner. Dashy. Yeah, I was too busy focusing on my food, so my bad. But yeah, apparently he's going to go nuclear. I didn't think he would. I thought he would kind of keep it low level, you know, and I thought he would not really be too, you know, antsy about it today. But lo and behold, Phil seems to be preparing to go nuclear immediately. But guys, let's pick a bingo card. Now, I need a word, phrase, or suggestion. Now, this is where we need something. Oh my.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Like, oh, for fuck's sake, man. There's a lot of support straight away.
Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
So first of all, thank you very much, Kirby Souls. So Super Chat says, the bingo boys are here. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Thank you very much, Kirby Souls. And then, Profit straight away as well for Super Chat. It says, Phil's early. This is going to be litty. Well, everyone's really looking forward to Phil going absolutely nuclear. It should be pretty good. Should we have anything bingo for a bingo card? Can fuck be a phrase? You know what? Why not? Why not? Why not? Let's let fuck be the phrase. It is part of the list after all, so why not? We need a number between 1 and 233. The first number I see in chat between 1 and 233, that is a number for a bingo card. Oh, Train doing something. He stole Profit's number. Train stole Profit's number. Sir, Mr. Professor asks, anal is a phrase, word and suggestion. Don't think so. You add that video to the soundboard I sent. Not yet. No, I've not had time to do that. Dash. I've been busy with work today for the most part, so I'll need to get into that. The first number I saw was 69, which Train submitted. And Profit feels very offended because someone stole his number, and then Nova Chera joining in the 69 train. To be fair, Profit is a very popular number. I know it's kind of your number, but you know, it's not just your number. It's everyone's number. You know, I'm going to pick 69. Because Train was the first one that suggested a number. So, the 69th bingo card is this one right here on the right hand side. So guys, can you see this? This is the bingo card we have for today. It looks like it is what it is. You know what I mean. Behind the scenes, likes, and fuck. Then alright, sound good. Something style, points at text, and throat clearing. Then hateful slurs, engagement, snort, Twitter, and the lip smack. Then literally, wrong, reality, pig splaining something, and the Y/T pose. And finally, dumb close-up, microphone bump, voice crack, detractor/trolls, and there you go. This is a really strong looking card. I'm not going to lie, I'm worried about being skint if today. This might be a double full house day. This is a strong looking card. I am going to save it before I lose it because I don't want to lose a card like this. I might need to start shilling for tips harder at this rate. Well, let me save this very quickly. And by the way, I sent the winner, so what was his name again? Grace, what was his name? That's actually really embarrassing that I've forgotten his name. Was it Lord Barros? Was it? I know it was like Lord something. Was it Lord Barros? Oh, I can't even mind his name. That's so embarrassing. That's so bad of me. I feel awful. I forgot the guy's name. He fucking won the bingo yesterday for the me reward. But the winner of yesterday's bingo has got his prize. And I just sent him money over PayPal. So just things. I'll just read the chat. I feel name shaming. Like, this is why I want to create this document. Lord Boros. Okay, it was Lord Boros. Right. Okay. I've already sent him his prize, and I just sent him PayPal money. £25 PayPal, which is whatever currency it works out for. I don't want to dox him, whatever, you know what I mean. But he's no UK. When I put it that way, you know, because the thing is with Amazon gift cards, I thought the e-card, these e-gift cards from Amazon, I thought they were universal, but apparently they're not. So I was just going to get him like an Amazon card off like Amazon.co.uk and then just yeet it to him so he could use it. But I checked beforehand on Google very quickly. It says universal and apparently they're not. So I was like, I can get you an Amazon thing from wherever you're from if you want. Or I can just send you fucking money directly and do whatever you want with it, and the money was the easiest option in the end. And as I'm saying, like, it doesn't have to be an Amazon thing. I get people, it can be anything, literally. If you want a different voucher for something and I can buy it for you, then I don't mind doing that if it's up to £25 or whatever. So we'll decide that when we get there again. At least we have a slightly better idea of how to pick the winners this time. We'll just, go to the participants in the chat and copy and paste them all in, and we'll do a random number generator. We'll do something like that again, I guess. Even though it's a bit weird for including everyone. But I've saved the bingo card, guys. Good news, I've saved the bingo card. So shut the fuck up, Phil's fucking stupid chat. Let's see, has he said anything else? Oh, here we go, some salt already. My morning was great until RTU fucked up. So now I'm going to remedy that, and then we're going to enjoy a new game together. So there, Phil's already extremely salty. The only items you'll send are iron brown tea cakes. You honestly think I'm going to give away tea cakes, Tashi? No, I eat the tea cakes. I might send you the wrapper. I might send you the wrapper if you're lucky. That wee nice red and silver wrapper. Those are some good wrappers, but I'm not going to send you a tea cake. I'm going to eat the tea cake. I like the tea cake. An iron brew is not bad as well. I might send you an empty iron brew bottle and a tea cake wrapper. Merry Christmas. Right, let me get the game set up properly. And yeah, I'll include Phil's chat as well on screen so we can see if there's any more salt coming. But I don't think we actually need it, do we? We don't need his chat or the card. Lean and ban is not one of the options for today, I believe. What about Turnups Caramel Wafer? They're also good. They're a bit of a mouthful. They're surprisingly big. The caramel wafers are not small. Like, you can't be some small mouth person. I don't think. Put it this way, I don't think Give Blood could enjoy eating them with his like a wee tiny mouth of his. He'd like need to get a knife and fork to enjoy a Turnups caramel wafer and dissect it. But it is what it is, you can't help it. It's poor guy, small mouth. I would say having a small mouth. I'm a greedy fat bastard, so if I had a small mouth, it would take me forever to eat. I would hate that personally. Why is this? OBS has been a bit weird for me. Uh-oh. OBS has been extremely weird for me. Okay, I think I'm okay now. Right, okay, okay. I had to, it wouldn't do something and then it wouldn't come back, like it vanished. But we seem to be fine now. So let me just get all this crap set up. But I can just play it. Let's just play some more music while you enjoy. Enjoy music while I get all busy setting this up properly.
Because you're not rich and you're not famous and you're not this and you're not that. You had an opportunity to be, but you blew it all. And I said, well, oh well. I'm proud of that. I guess I'm proud to be a loser.
This one's for all my baby girls.
I'll be the guy on level 1. I streamed myself masturbating. I'll be the guy.
Fuck life.
I'll be the for the thousands of children. I'll be the guy on level 1.
You're still on mission 1.
I'll be the guy on level 1. Level 1. Married happily, paycheck to paycheck happily, meaningful relationship, meaningful life with a family. And that, by the way, I have to raise money to pay 2 big bills next week. All my utilities are due next week. Tomorrow, if I stopped streaming, I would not be able to get a job. So it would be the end of my life. But outside of that, everything else is good in my life. You know what I mean? So I'll be the guy on level 1. I streamed myself masturbating. I'll be the guy.
Fuck life.
I'll be the for the thousands of children. I'll be the guy on level 1.
You're still on mission 1.
I'll be the guy. I'll be the thousands of children.
When your life is all positive instead of negative, it's a much better situation. Big ups to your cat, and I can tell you that from personal experience. Look at my life now. I have a beautiful wife. I have a beautiful life with a family, right? Everything here is so much better than what I had before. Why? Because I'm a positive person.
For now.
love business really easy, and I do still have it.
It's WWE champion time. Go, 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 go.
Thanks for the money, stupid fuck.
I love it.
Go, 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 go.
By eBay.
Hell!
It's been tough.
I always think that it's my fault.
Drinking gin. Yep, I'm toxic. I love Hulk Hogan's dick.
My ass is so fucking stretched.
Oh, no, you didn't, you motherfucking piece of shit cocksucker. Mark my fucking words. I'm coming for you.
For now?
Go, 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 go.
Thanks for the money, stupid fuck.
I love it.
Go, 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 go.
By eBay.
Hell!
Hateful slurs. Lame brain pieces of dumb fucking hateful slurs.
Why am I toxic? I love it.
Hey, Mr. Burnell, you there?
I am present.
I understand. He's claiming that he's got $5,000 a month in expenses and only $5,000 a month in income, and net's about $35.
It's Tevin's fault.
The topic I want to discuss is depression. Depression is not a joke. It's not something to be joked about with. You are not alone. You are not a horrible person because you have this. It's not your fault. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me. It's WWE Champions time.
It's been tough. Over the last decade. It has. It's been tough. It's been tough. Over the last decade. It has. It's been tough. Tough. Phil's a beggar, Phil's fat, Phil's a loser. It's been tough. Phil's a faggot, Phil's fat, Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. It's been tough. Phil's a beggar, Phil's fat, Phil's a loser. It's been tough. Phil's a faggot, Phil's fat, Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar.
Super Meat Boy is in the stream chat, whining and complaining, saying I never talk to anyone unless they tip me or they send me money, which is completely false. All he's been doing is sitting there all night complaining that he's depressed and no one cares. And everyone's basically ignoring him because you're like, dude, we just don't care. You know, you come in, the first thing you say is you're depressed. And what are we supposed to say to that? Now he expects that I'm going to derail the whole stream to talk to him live. So let's do it. Super Meat Boy, how you doing? You're really depressed tonight, huh? You're really depressed.
My stream is my place of business.
The company's name is Burnell Productions. It is internet content creation of on-demand and also live video streaming services.
Big up to your dad.
I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel.
Please tip me.
I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel.
Because I have bills coming up. Please pay my bills. I'm nervous. Draft for cash.
You better take a sip.
Please pay my bills. I'm nervous. Draft for cash.
Get a real fucking job.
I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel.
Please tip me.
I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel.
Because I have bills coming up.
They fucked me again, left and right, and my ass is so fucking stretched out at this point. It's time to push back. It's time to push back. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel.
Please tip me.
I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel.
Because I have bills coming up.
I've never ever used a hateful slur. Ever. And that pisses me off.
I want to watch some faggot. Some homo.
Fiddle's a nigger.
You better take a sip.
I'm a mature adult with a business degree.
Big. All I see you do is big. Little picky why you big, 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 big. All I see you do is big, 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 big. Little picky, why you?
Admitted this last year. I'll say it again. I actually do play some mobile games. I do. All right. The ones that I play are free to play or incredibly inexpensive. Like you spend $1 here or there to make progress.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Got me that gotcha. I love it. Got me that gotcha. Begging for fucking tips and shit on Street. It's WWE Champions time. I'm stupid. WWE game plays like Candy Crush. Moving gems around, breaking colored gems. I love it. Again, it's pay to win. The more money you sink into it, the more characters you can summon, the higher chance you'll get the better characters, etc., etc. All right. Got me that gotcha. I love it. Got me that gotcha. Begging for fucking tips and shit on Street. Gotcha. Got me that gotcha. Thanks for the money, dummies. Supercar. That was a mobile game I played like 5-6 years ago. A lot. For about a year. I played it pretty hardcore. Alright, even at that point, that was before everything kind of fell apart with YouTube and everything. I was putting a little bit of money into it. I was playing for the top cards. I was playing the shit out of that game, okay? After about a year, they launched what they called Season 2, which reset all the cards in the game and made all your progress essentially worthless. And I said, this game fucking sucks. What a complete waste of time that this was. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, now it is time. It's a segment that everyone looks forward to. One of the highest rated segments of all time that I've ever done. Alright? Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Phil's day off.
What's up, Piggy? Let's get it started.
Big up Skier Cat.
It's my day off. Might leave the camera on and jerk off. It's my day off. Spend money on pulls and dumb shit. It's my day off. Might go out with my bitch wife. Can't give me money today. Give me money today.
This is where my fucking money goes to every month. Garbage dump, grocery shopping, pay my taxes, pet store, pay my bills, blowing his money on mobile games, blowing his money on this and that. I'm spending all this money buying DoorDash for my business. I need to put disgusting food in the mouths of my family members. Obviously, I need tips. Yes, I spend money on mobile games. Okay? These are my life priorities. Pay my taxes.
It's my day off. Might leave the camera on and jerk off. It's my day off. Spend money on pulls and dumb shit. It's my day off. Might go out with my bitch wife. Can't give me money today.
Obviously, I need tips.
Give me money today.
This is where my fucking money goes to every month.
Shout out to the trolls.
For those who contributed, thank you. It would be great if we get a few more tips. To make up earlier today, we did not hit the hat goal either. It's been a very slow day. It would be great if we could pick it up a little bit with maybe some contributions tonight with tips. If you can. Just saying. You know, I know some people are super chatting or whatever. That helps long term. But right now, I really can help. Tomorrow's my day off. The tips I'll have for my day off, you see?
Give me money today.
I understand that people right now are so hyped for the gifted memberships, and I'm very grateful for that. I mean, thank you. But I hope that that doesn't mean that people are going to forego tipping, because that would put me in a bad situation. And in particular, I don't know why you guys, okay, why are you laughing? Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. bills and stuff. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Huh? Why are you laughing? Oh, so hilarious that this guy has stuff financially tight. Huh? I literally can't afford stuff on Tuesday on my day off, and you're gonna laugh? Oh, that's funny. When you can't go and do something with your family on your day off, your one day off for the week when you're working full-time 6 days a week. That's funny, right? No, it's not fucking funny. Now shut up. Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Huh? Huh? Huh?
This one's for all my baby girls.
Yesterday was a really slow day for me on stream. I didn't make a lot of support yesterday. It's you guys, and you know, how much you're liking the content I'm doing in a given day, how much you can afford to support that content. Can you argue it's a begging model? I mean, I guess.
This dude is a piece of fucking garbage.
I need this money, I get this money, beg for this money, I want the money. The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. The only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills.
Scumbags and mental cases on the internet still support me. I'm a beggar and I'm a loser and I'm on level 1. That I can't go on a honeymoon with my wife. I'm paycheck to paycheck. I'm on level 1.
I need this money, I get this.
Guys, we're about to go live. Phil's intro's playing. Remember, tag me in chat if you hear anything or see anything that belongs in the card. Just tag my name and say what it is. And we can always go back and check if we need to, you know what I mean? But I have a feeling there's going to be a lot happening very quickly, considering how salty Phil is this morning. It seems so. Yeah. Good luck, guys. Hopefully we get another full house. It'll be kind of nice. Oops, I paused it. Unmute. There we go. Right, here we go. Good luck, guys.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm Darkside Phil. Today is Tuesday, the 9th of August, 2022. And this is the Level 1 Podcast. We're here busy having fun. Way down there on Level 1, right? How are y'all doing today? I hope you're doing well. Today, excuse me, today is a new release day. Today is an exciting day. We're going to be playing a new game called 2 Point Campus that I've heard a lot about the previous game from these game developers called 2 Point Hospital over the years. And I've basically heard that it's very good, that it's interesting, it's funny. But I've never had the opportunity to play it myself for various reasons. And now that, Game Pass is a thing, this is a big release for this week to try out, actually, me jumping into a new franchise. And I'm very excited for that. And in fact, I've been looking forward to today for a while because it's something different and refreshing. It may be good. It may not be good, right? We have to see together. And I absolutely like days like today, where I, as an internet content creator, I forgot to turn on my ghost, didn't I? That ghost actually doesn't look half bad without the light on. Now that I'm looking at him, look at that. I'm going to turn the light on anyway. I forgot to turn it on. Hold on. It's pretty good. Okay. Now, you guys want the ghost. You want the ghost, man. You want him on. All right. So anyway, yeah, I like days like today because being an internet content creator who has an interactive audience, we get to try out new things together and judge them at face value. Will a game like 2 Point Campus fit into my content style? Is it entertaining and fun? Or is it a game that maybe works for some people but not for me? And no risk, all reward here because it's on Game Pass and I get access to it without any additional fee, right? So today's a cool day. And normally, on a day like today, I'd be super pumped and positive. I'd be jumping, raring to go on stream today. I'd be in a great mood. And indeed I was when I woke up. Until I opened up the internet on my phone and I saw a video from Review Tech USA, completely drama, bullshit, nonsense, the usual shit from this guy. And at this point, I've had enough, all right? I hate the fact that I even have to bring this up on my own content because as you guys know, and I will apologize in advance to my regular viewers and audience here, all right? I don't like being involved in drama. I never have and I never will. I have not been a drama channel ever, right? The few times that people have tried to get me to dabble in drama, I try to recuse myself from it, whatever the word is. I can't even think of the word right now, but I try to stay out of it. Seems like everyone else on the internet can't keep my name out of their mouths, right? I live rent-free in the heads of so many people on this planet for some odd reason. Because let's be honest, if people didn't come to my channel to talk about other content creators, would I ever mention them? Would I have ever brought up Wings of Redemption, LTG, Review Tech USA, Keemstar, any of these other names that have been dramatic references, right? If they had never mentioned me first? And the answer is no. You know, out of all the content creators out there, very few times have I ever really brought up people in any kind of a dramatic light. I've admitted publicly over the years someone like PewDiePie, sure. Why? Because I'm jealous of PewDiePie. You know, I was a content creator before him. He was someone who actually watched my old videos, got the idea, not just on me, but I'm sure he watched others as well, but got the idea to do the kind of on-the-fly commentary on live gameplay, right? Basically did his own spin on it, having a face cam, screaming at horror games, acting like a fool, and he blew up and became a multi-millionaire doing silly shit on the internet. And time to time, I bring up PewDiePie because I'm jealous of him. All right, and I can actively admit that as a man and tell you I'm jealous of the guy that he blew up and he has a great life and he's wealthy or whatever. And there's a few others as well over the years who I've brought up. But let's be very honest about this. In the last many years, right, how often do I really bring up other content creators? Almost never. And usually it's only in direct response to either them bringing me up first or people bringing them up on my streams and asking me questions about them. Now that I'm an interactive content creator, right? I'll answer your questions. If you ask me an honest question, I'll give you an honest answer. But in general, I just sit here on my own stream, on my own YouTube channel. I mind my own business. I put out my own content, and that's all I care about, right? So that's what I like doing. Sadly, there are people who want to drag me into their own drama universes for various different reasons, usually for personal gain, okay? Review Tech USA is definitely one of them, all right? And today, sadly, I have to take a giant portion of my episode of the Level 1 podcast to talk about this guy because over the last several months, he has made it an actual conscious effort to ingrain himself into my content. He comes on my streams, right? He contributes to make pop-ups so he can say things on my streams. He's talked about me constantly in his own channel. And this is not anything new. And we'll talk about that on today's episode of the Level 1 podcast. However, today is the end-all be-all of it because today Rich made a video and revealed his true colors to the internet. All right? I think his intentions at this point, it's indisputable to see where his intentions are at this point, okay? And at this point, I've had enough. I'm tired of this guy trying to involve me in his shit for personal gain. And today I'm laying down the law and saying my final matter, or my final statement on the matter, okay? But let's actually get through the normal stuff of the podcast first before we get to that, so that way it doesn't get lost. You know, all of us here are here to have a good time. There's still going to be great gameplay after this shit ends, all right? But sadly, I have to address this today to put a stop to it and put an end to it because I've had enough, all right? Rich has no fucking idea, all right? He has no concept because you guys have really never seen me angry before, Okay? Over the years, there's been some things that piss me off, and you've seen a little irking. Oh, I slam my controller when I'm playing God of War. Or, oh, you know, I'm so angry because this guy made a negative video about me or whatever. There's a difference between I'm a little bit peeved, and you see that come through, and someone actually over the years having made a concerted effort, all right, to pull me into their world of shit. Rich, I'm sorry for you right now. Anyway, we'll get to that in a moment. Let's talk about everything else that's going to be happening here on DSP Gaming for the rest of the week, shall we, before we get there? Okay. So, what are we doing today? Well, after this episode of the Level 1 podcast, we're going to be doing 2 Point Campus. Like I said, I'm excited. I've heard good things about the games from this company before. I've heard that this is both kind of a sim, but it's also part humor. And some people are like, they think it would be like right up my style of content creation, and they think that it might end up actually being like a long-term project that I want to cover, like a playthrough, while others are like, nah, I don't know. We'll find out today. I'm excited. I like the fact it's on Game Pass because I don't know if I would have bought the game outright outside of that, and I'm actually excited to jump into a new type of game, all right? And I hope that you guys will be along the ride for me. You know, it should be exciting today to see what happens with this game, okay? Cool. Then tonight on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, more Multiversus multiplayer action. Now, unlike the last time I played Multiversus, I'm going to stay away from Bugs Bunny. I played with him almost the entire stream last time. I think I may go back to Batman and maybe Iron Giant tonight. I'm actually kind of thinking that those two characters I might want to dabble more in. I actually really liked Batman when I played him, but I couldn't figure out a way to knock the characters off the screen. People are now basically telling me, oh, actually, the problem is you were thinking to hit them left and right. You're supposed to hit them up and down. Oh, so I guess I could focus on that today. So we'll see tonight. But one thing, again, I want to reiterate. Guys, for years, all of you have said to me, Phil, we like the fact that you're an old school Street Fighter player. We see your roots every time that you do a Friday Night Fight segment, but we'd like to see you branch out and do newer fighters. To which I say, okay, and I play the newer fighters for like a couple weeks. And quite frankly, after going through the single player content and usually playing online for a couple weeks, I get kind of bored. I'm like, nah, you know, it doesn't really appeal to me like old school Street Fighter does, and I drop the games.
No, let's be real here. After a couple of weeks, you get your ass handed to you because you're not as good at the game as other people are, and you get fucking petty and fed up by not being able to fucking win every single goddamn fight. So you run back to the one game you're half decent at, you've ever been half decent at. That's the truth of the matter right there, Phil. Let's not just beat around the bush here. Let's not pretend otherwise. I like how Phil's wearing a Stone Cold shirt because he's prepared to go on some kind of edgy wee rant at Rich, man. You can tell he's planned to wear that shirt just specifically so he can go on this wee angry rant at Rich later on. This is going to be stupid as hell. I'm telling you, this is going to be so dumb what he's going to say later on. It's going to be borderline YouTube, you know, might threaten him with expulsion because if he's kind of going this kind of route of I'm going to threaten Rich, it feels like he's tempted to try and threaten him. We'll have to wait and see what's happening.
Right? Here in the case of Multiversus, this is actually one of the newest, well, it is the newest fighting game out there right now. Although it still is in beta, it's not formally launched yet, right? It is the hottest new one. Had the biggest prizes at EVO, giant attendance at EVO, you know, everything. And I like it so far. Although a lot of people will say, oh, it's a Smash clone. It's really not. What it is an attempt to advance the formula of Smash Brothers in a little bit of a different way. It actually has, in some cases, less than current Smash. Like, there's no ultimate Smash attacks, but in some cases, less is more, because it lets you focus more in on the core gameplay mechanics. Personally, I like it, but a lot of people have been hating on the game, saying, oh, it's a Smash knockoff. What people need to start realizing is that Smash Brothers is an insanely prominent game in what is called the platform fighters genre, but it's a genre now. It's not just Smash. There's other games in the genre. You had the Nickelodeon game last year. Years ago, you had games like PlayStation All-Stars. This is a game, Multiversus, that's taking an honest attempt to get into the realm of the platforming fighter genre, and it's trying hard. It's got licensing. It's got production value. The game developer in charge constantly stays in contact with the fans, telling them all about, plans for the future, improvement, listens to feedback, tries to actively rebalance the game. This game is a serious business style of game. It's not meant to be, a cheap knockoff to make a quick buck and then who cares about it. It's meant to be something that they want to have longevity and actually be taken seriously, okay? I've never taken platform fighters seriously before. I just haven't, all right? Especially with Smash. For me, it was like, it's a joke. I'll play it for a little bit, and then, I'm probably never going to play it again. In this game, I actually like this game so far. Now, it's only 2 weeks in, all right? This could change. But for now, I really like the game. And there are people who understand that. But sadly, it just seems like there's this prejudiced mentality in my viewer base against it, thinking that it's just a Smash knockoff, and therefore I wish Phil wouldn't play it as much, or I wish Phil wouldn't want people to support his streams of it because we don't like it. And it's like, you asked me for years and years, try to take another fighter seriously other than old school Street Fighter. A new one comes out that actually I'm like, this is something that maybe I can get into. Maybe I'll actually give it an honest shot trying to play it and like it, maybe eventually get good at it. It's going to take a long time because I only play it 2-3 times a week tops. But, I'm digging it. Well, in this case, that's not what we wanted. Even though we asked for that for years and years and years, maybe we misspoke. Like, no, it's bullshit. What it is you want it both ways. You want to complain that I'm playing old school games, but then when I pick one that I actually like and I want to play, well, actually, that's not what we wanted to begin with. So here's what I have to say about that. Fuck that shit. Okay? No, really. Fuck that shit. All right? Here's the deal. Okay? I like Multiverses and I want to keep playing it, but I need buy-in from my audience that everything that's been said to me over the last 5 years is true. You guys really do want to see me try to play another fighting game, and you will support that. All right? I need support when I play Multiverses. The last few times that I've played it, what ended up happening is it's dead for support. I'm having...
Guys, let me rewind to start this rant. 2 seconds. I want to rewind this just to understand properly what he's saying here. 2 seconds. I don't think I missed anything by the way in the card. I just want to hear the beginning of the rant again.
And I want to play. Well, actually, that's not what we wanted to begin with. So here's what I have to say about that. Fuck that shit. Okay? No, really. Fuck that shit. All right? Here's the deal. Okay? I like Multiverses and I want to keep playing it, but I need buy-in from my audience that everything that's been said to me over the last 5 years is true. You guys really do want to see me try to play another fighting game, and you will support that. All right? I need...
Yeah, it feels like he's telling his fans that he better support the game. You will support that. That's what I make sure.
I like Multiverses and I want to keep playing it,
yes,
but I need buy-in from my audience that everything that's been said to me over the last 5 years is true. You guys really do want to see me try to play another fighting game, and you will support that. All right?
Right. Okay. He's not telling his fans, you will support this. He's saying that over the past 5 years, he wants the 2 things to have been true, that they will watch and will support. It came across as him demanding his fans they will support it. It came across that kind of way originally to me. But I can tell, looking back on it, he actually meant that it's like from 5 years of nagging him to play these games is like, will it be true that the fans will follow through and supporting him with it? But it definitely comes across as like, very negative though. Prophet says, so what is he going to do if they don't support it? He's going to drop the game and blame the fans and say the fans wanted us to not all along, and then he's definitely going to make himself into a victim because he gave up a game he liked because his fans wouldn't support it like they promised they would. It's going to be all the fans' fault, for sure.
I need support when I play Multiverses. The last few times that I've played it, what ended up happening is it's dead for support. I'm having a good time. I'm learning. I'm getting wins. I end up getting win streaks and stuff with these characters. Bugs Bunny I was kicking ass with last time I played it. And we're waiting and waiting like, wow, everyone's enjoying the viewership side, but there's no support on this stream. What happened? Right? And then all of a sudden, usually by like the tail end of a Multiverses stream, someone comes on and does like a big tip out of nowhere. And I really appreciate that. But it shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? If people are supporting my old school fighting game streams every week, then why wouldn't they support the new game? Especially because every week when I play old school fighting games, there's people on that stream saying, I wish Phil would play a new game. It doesn't make sense. It's kind of like you said things for years, but maybe you were full of shit. I don't know. It really does feel weird to me that this is the situation I'm in. I shouldn't have to be on here saying stuff like this. It should be more like, well, I'm happy to play a new game. People are happy to see me play the new game. And, you know, I just don't get it. All right? It's hilarious. Someone just said it's not interesting. So explain to me how Tekken, Mortal Kombat is interesting, but not multiverses. Because you can't do it. You just can't. If you don't think multiverse is interesting, you probably don't think fighting games are interesting as a whole, which is fine, but that's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is there's been groups of people saying play other fighters for years, and now I do it, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, we never said that. It's bullshit. Okay. So, please, tonight, if you like my content, you like variety too in my content, please support Multiverses tonight. I like this game, and I want to keep it in the rotation. But I can't keep it in the rotation regularly if it's not going to get support, especially when I'm playing other games like Toy Story and other stuff at night, and they're getting support. People are liking it. And by the way, I like that style of stuff. But the thing is, I'm a variety content creator. I like doing variety of content. I don't just want to do one kind of a deal, right? I don't want to just do single player offline experiences. I also want to bring you competitive online multiplayer.
Variety my ass. He's played Street Fighter 2 for the past several years in a row every single goddamn Friday night. Where's the variety in that, Phil? You only play that because it's the one game you're half decent at and you're never that good at getting any other fighting games. That's a simple truth of the matter. This game, it kind of, seems to appeal to a lot of the casuals as well. Smash Brothers obviously is a fun kind of game to play as well, but it's actually quite a dedicated player base to that, to like getting really good at the game as well. This game's still quite new, it's in beta, whatever nonsense, and it's like, yeah, there's still quite a lot of casuals, I guess, floating around, which means, Phil, it's not too hard for him to compete with other casuals and just scrub, just beat these kind of wee scrubs, whatever. As soon as competition steps up, he will drop that game like a bad habit and say it's just some dumb Smash clone. You know that's a fact. Prophet says, doesn't want to play only single player games, then play for viewers. Members like, yeah, how often have we told Phil to play with his damn viewers? There's plenty of games out there that, he can set up for and make sure it's secure so he plays with his viewers, but any time that happens, so sometimes the viewers are more entertaining than Phil, and Phil was aware of that, and he doesn't like that. Yeah, like, he kind of gets a bit salty when that happens.
Multiplayer experiences, right? You guys seem to like that variety, but then it shouldn't be, oh, every time I do an offline experience, everything's great, and then when I play an online game, it's like, what happened? No one wants to support it. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference. There's a big difference here I'm seeing now. So I hope that me bringing this up today, some people will come by tonight and hopefully support Multiverses. All right, we'll see. I want to keep it in the rotation. I'm enjoying the game. There's Season 1 updates right around the corner where they're going to have new characters, rebalances, ranked mode, all this stuff coming up. And I want to cover that for you guys, all right? But I need people to basically support this game because I like it, and I hope that I'll get buy-in. If I don't, well, then we'll see what happens further, okay? Okay. So that's today. Tomorrow is my final streaming day of the week. Consecutive streaming day, I should say. Now, tomorrow's daytime stream, the way I see it, we'll leave it up in the air, and it'll be directly dependent on how today goes. If we like 2 Point Campus, all right, then I'm happy playing it again tomorrow. Really, I am. We'll do it 2 days in a row. But if we do it today and we're like, nah, it's okay, but, didn't really win us over, then tomorrow we'll do more Final Fantasy VII kind of endgame style content, okay? Excuse me. So we'll see what happens. Tomorrow night, my final night stream of the week will be Toy Story 3. By the way, I played Toy Story 3 for the first major stream last night, like 2 straight hours of it. This game is effing good, dude. I couldn't believe how good it was. The production values are outstanding. Having an open world Woody's Roundups segment where it's more like an action platformer, kind of like almost like a Banjo-Kazooie style where you're collecting items, you're solving puzzles and doing little mini games, and you're also building a virtual town. But then there's all these story-based stages where you're doing things from the movies, like you're in Andy's house, but then you're Buzz Lightyear in the middle of his universe fighting off Zurg and infiltrating his base. The game is ridiculously good. Way better than it even seems like it should be. I actually really enjoyed it last night, and I'm looking forward to more tomorrow night. I'm actually really happy that over the years you guys have kept asking me to play this game because I really, really like it. Okay, so I'm excited for more tomorrow. Now, I'm off from streaming on Thursday. When I return on Friday, whatever I don't play tomorrow, I'll play on Friday. So if I play Final Fantasy tomorrow, it'll be 2 Point Campus on Friday. If I play 2 Point Campus tomorrow, it'll be Final Fantasy on Friday. And then the late stream on Friday night fights, old school fighting game fun with the Capcom Fighting Collection. Saturday, a special day. All right, I'm very excited. A very special day on Saturday. It is Phil. Hold on. That's not Phil. It's What's in DSP's Closet, Part 2, The Revenge. Because 2 weeks ago, I went into my closet. We found a whole bunch of stuff, some of which is in my setup as of right now. These Street Fighter figurines, right? And also new hats that are in the rotation. That's really cool, right? New things that have been added and become part of the streams, right? But we didn't finish. We only got roughly about halfway through. People loved the event so much, they were like, when are you doing it again? We actually really enjoyed today. So I'm doing it again on Saturday. It's actually going to be all of my content on Saturday, okay? And I hope you guys will join me, excuse me, for that on Saturday. It should be a good time, right? Also, what we need to talk about, because we've been talking about this the past couple of days, we got to figure out some kind of a fast food style thing for me to try, because, ladies and gentlemen, I am reviving DSP Tries It for this Saturday. It's been defunct for over a year since we started Feasting with the King, but considering the fact that I've done Feasting with the King so often this year, I want to go all out and get restaurant meals and stuff again. I just want to do something quick. So, we're talking this week about what fast foodie style things could I do, and by the way, I have confirmed Kat has a day off on Saturday, which means I would actually be able to, like, drive quickly to a fast food place around here.
Oh, hold up. The original excuse for him getting fast food was because he was skint. He didn't have the money available to him right now. And he can't really afford another proper, Feasting with a King kind of segment where he buys some pricey, restaurant grub that gets DoorDash to him or whatever. That was the original excuse for why he could not do that again. Now all of a sudden he's promoting it like, oh, we want something light and simple and it's just going to be fast food. No. He's changing the story. I have a feeling that he's already taken to heart some of the things that Rich said about how he keeps constantly going on about money. He's for some reason, money's been retconned from being the issue for him not doing Feasting with the King. And it's now just, DSP Tries It once more, revived, back for the first time in many a moon. Jesus Christ, man, I don't know. Yeah, well, apparently I was too broke for normal DoorDashing in general, which is why I was just going to get a McDonald's or a Burger King or some other nonsense that way. That's why he is doing just, fast food rather than, like restaurant quality gourmet crap that gets DoorDashed to him. And he also partly dropped DSP Tries It because it was like not as good anymore, it's not as healthy and all that nonsense. And he's like, this man's on a health kick right now and he's doing fast food again. Right in the middle of his wee health kick where he's going like robust walks and all that. He's going to go straight back to the McDonald's or whatever.
And grab some food, because one of the major concerns has been cost. When you order food from delivery services, there's a markup. If I'm ordering restaurant quality food, it's not that big of a deal. But I just told you guys yesterday, for example, I looked on one of the apps and it was like, that Chiking sandwich that I ate last year, almost a year ago now, it was ridiculously disgusting or whatever, and I made a big deal about it on the internet. To order that on an app is over $7 just for the sandwich. Yeah, the markup's tremendously ridiculous. So I wouldn't even want to order something like that off the app, all right? But if I were to, like, drive quickly to a fast food place here and come right back, I could save a lot of money. And since Kat's home, the car, I'll have the car or whatever, I'll be able to do that. So the places right here are Dairy Queen, Taco Bell, Wendy's, McDonald's, and KFC. And yes, I hate to say it, Subway. Those are the ones that are right here within the block. I'd prefer to get something from one of those places, only because I know I could quickly drive to one of them, get the food, come back within, say, 20, 30 minutes, and it wouldn't be a giant break for the stream. Because some people say, well, why don't you do Burger King again? Well, here's the problem. Burger King is 20 minutes away. So I'd have to drive 20 minutes on a Saturday in traffic, get the food, and come back. That's like an hour break. Do you really want an hour break during the marathon on Saturday? I know I don't. And I also don't want to pay $40 for Burger King. So I don't think Burger King is going to be a contender, okay? I think it's going to be one of these places right here, all right, in this block radius. So you guys think about the ones I just mentioned, and let's see if you have any ideas. I've never really done too much from Dairy Queen at all. The Dairy Queen food. I think years ago I did like their chili dog. I don't know if I ever did a burger from there. Also, some people were actually asking. What about, don't they have the giant Cheez-It thing at Taco Bell? They did at one point, but I don't think they have it anymore. That would have been perfect. The Taco Bell Crunchwrap Supreme with a giant fucking Cheez-It inside. Like, what the hell are they thinking? That would have been great for it, but I don't know if they have that anymore. But, yeah, if you guys could take a look, see if there's anything interesting to you in those kind of, that radius there, and that way during the marathon I could just go grab something, come back. That'd be perfect, okay? Okay, so anyway, we'll talk about that over the next few days.
Money, more money, yeah.
you very much to White Boy 7th ST, or 7th Street, White Boy 7th Street maybe? Hang on, but thank you very much for subscribing, much appreciated. I assume that 7th and the ST means street, I don't know. But yeah, I done the best I could with your username, so there you go, thank you for subscribing. Yeah, and Phil's wee delusional rant here. I don't know where the hell he got $40 from Burger King from, unless he's saying DoorDashing Burger King would cost $40 because of the delivery fee on top of that. I have no idea where the hell he's getting $40 for Burger King meals. How in the goddamn hell? That just baffles me. It really does baffle me. I'm so fucking confused with that, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, fuck it, let's just get on with it.
In the marathon, I could just go grab something, come back. That'd be perfect, okay? Okay, so anyway, we'll talk about that over the next few days. We'll figure out what it's gonna be, all right? So, that's Saturday, all day long. What's in DSP's Closet Part 2, and a live DSP Tries It, which should be pretty fun. All right, then for the rest of the week, I'm kind of playing it by ear, because again, we don't know how much we're going to like 2 Point Campus. If we love it, then it'll be an ongoing playthrough. I'll balance with Final Fantasy VII, and the week's kind of set. But if we don't like it that much, then obviously I'll be looking for other games. And what I'm thinking is that we're probably going to make Toy Story 3 a daytime stream, at least for one day in the coming week. But, excuse me, then we might start alternating. We'll see. We'll figure it out, okay? If you take a look at my schedule that I posted up on Twitter and also on the main channel page of DSP Gaming on the community tab, you'll see, get a rough idea of what I'm thinking for the week. But it should be a good week of variety and fun coming up. It really should, okay? I'm excited for that, all right? Geez, outside of that, before I get to the subject matter at hand, I'm just trying to think, are there any major stories I want to cover today? Well, the one thing I want to say, Midnight Suns got delayed, which sucks. I was actually looking forward to Midnight Suns. So what Midnight Suns is, it's a strategy-based, turn-based game, like, think XCOM, okay? Remember XCOM? I played it many, many years ago.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Gregory Sennheiser, for the super chat. He says, if he did pull in Hogan's with the King and played WWE Champions, I would 100% watch it. Just embrace it, Phil. Yeah, I think at this point, Phil should really just admit the truth and, like, he obviously enjoys the game. Well, to an extent. As much as he plays the game, obviously, undoubtedly, right? But I feel like it's at a point where he plays it not just... I don't think he actually enjoys it as much as we think he enjoys the game. He is committed to the game now. There's a difference between being addicted and committed to a game and enjoying the game. You know? So I think at this point, it's between the two of them. It's like, and I think... Obviously, because he's had like so many different days in a row consecutively. I think he's had 1,651 days now, I think it is, consecutively playing this game. It's insane how many days in a row he's been playing this game. It's unbelievable. Prophet says, should I email Phil and ask him to give out his address to those that don't know it so we can look for fast food joints in his area? Lol. That's a good... It's a great shout, Prophet. Yeah, also Phil wants our help to pick some fast food joints for him. We can all do our bit to help out as best as we can and just, you know, triangulate Phil's position compared to the nearest McDonald's or whatever, or Chick-fil-A or fucking Taco Bell, whatever the hell's fucking fast food joints are in the gaff. Oh, hell, man. Have a good time at work, Roachbait. Catch you later. But, yeah, who knows. But thank you, Gregory, for the super chat. Much appreciated. And yeah, Phil... He really should just embrace it by now. I don't think he'd get in trouble either about past claims about WWE Champions because I think the statute of limitations has passed from before. So even if it kind of got revealed that Phil did play WWE Champions back in, like, you know, 2018 and 19, 20 and 21 as well, I don't think it would hurt him too much because what could be done? Everything's been passed, everything's been awarded. He got the bankruptcy after all. Phil was logged into WWE Champions for over 1,650 days in a row. Perfectly, I mean. So there you go. That's a lot of days in a row. That basically dates back to February, the 1st of February 2018 or something like that. I think it is, or even 2018. Yeah, February 2018 consecutively.
Ago, and a lot of people really love that franchise. It's XCOM in the Marvel universe. That is like intriguing to me. Okay. And I was looking forward to this. It was supposed to come out in early October. For those who don't know, Midnight Suns is meant to be the more adult-oriented Marvel Comics storylines. Characters that are a lot more R-rated, let's put it that way. Hyper-violent, adult language, gore. That's really what Midnight Suns is meant to be. A lot of horror-style stuff. So this game coming out in October was like perfect. And now it's delayed until March of next year. That's for current gen. The last gen versions, like they said it was going to be coming out for like Switch and PS4, indefinitely postponed. They don't even know when they're coming out. So obviously this game has run into major development issues where they're only even getting it to run well on the modern consoles. And I don't know if we can even trust it's coming out in March of next year. I'm okay with it coming out in March. It's just disappointing because this was going to be a good game for October. It actually fit the subject matter of Halloween, and now it's delayed. That sucks, okay? Darn. Outside of that, the only other news is that there's going to be a event called Gamescom. Now this happens every year in Europe. It's a European game show that takes place in late August. It's actually August 23rd this year. And it's actually being hosted by Jeff Keighley, you know, the guy who runs Summer Games Fest, the guy who does the Game Awards. And he started teasing these big game announcements at Gamescom. He said there's going to be he just announced this today, there's going to be a giant presentation regarding the new Sonic Frontiers game. That's supposed to be a big reveal of the gameplay and everything. All this information about the game is supposed to be at Gamescom. Okay? That's exciting. That's interesting. There's more than that, too. There's like multiple games that are going to have big announcements at Gamescom this year. So Gamescom is Tuesday, the 23rd of August. Okay? And if you take a look at the times and everything, that stuff's going to happen. All right? It would basically be around 2 p.m. Pacific time. Okay? But here's the problem with that. That day is a multiple new release day. That's the same day that Saints Row comes out. That's the same day that Indie Brawler comes out. I forget what it's called, Midnight Fights or something like that. And the thing here is that, for me, I got to look at the big picture. What is more interesting and more important to my audience? For me to sit here at 2 p.m. and do a live react to Gamescom and react to a couple announcements that may or may not happen, or to play the hot new game and then maybe just watch that for myself later and react to it on a stream. You see, like, I feel like, for me, more people want me to be putting out the new game content. Play Saints Row, do a whole stream of that, and then, if there happens to be any big announcement at Gamescom, give your opinion on it later. As opposed to play Saints Row for 2 hours, stop playing it to watch Gamescom, hope there's something interesting. You know what I mean? So no exaggeration, if this had happened any other day, Gamescom, I probably would have done a live react to it. I did live reacts to all those announcements around Summer Games Fest, and you guys seem to like it. But sadly, it just seems like it's bad timing for game releases. So unless you guys completely and utterly disagree, and you're like, no, we want to see you live react to Gamescom no matter what, that's different. I guess I'll listen to you, but let's see what you guys have to say. I'm of the opinion you guys would probably want to see me play the new game and then talk about any announcements later. But maybe I'm wrong, okay? Oh, I see. Eternal brought the real news. He says, the real news for this morning, all right, is that Blackpink announced their new album. So now let's talk about that. No. Okay. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, now we're going to get to the subject matter at hand, all right? And after that, we're going to do shout-outs for contributions and end the show. I basically said an hour for this, okay? I don't know if it's going to go an hour. I hope not. All right? But, excuse me. Excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been around for 14...
I went back to normal speed. I cannot believe Phil has bookmarked an hour for this rant. How much retconning is going to happen here? God damn it. I have gone back to normal speed. Just because, I mean, we might as well, I'm getting most of us. What the fuck's this rant going to be about? It will basically be about him being amazing and Rich is just some dumbass trying to claim clout. You just know he's going to try and protect himself and his image at all costs here. I'm sure, I mean, I've heard, I don't know what RTU is like personally, and I tried to make that clear in the video I made earlier on. I don't know what RTU is like. I know he's controversial. I know he does these dumbass shirtless streams sometimes and all that garbage, and he's had his own problems and his own drama. He's a lol cow himself. The fact of the matter is, he made a bit of a home run of a video about Phil. He nailed Phil's flaws quite well. There's a couple of things also he's not aware of maybe or something, but he really did well in nailing a lot of those character flaws in Phil and just for all to see. This is a 1 million sub channel dragging Phil's ass out there publicly for all to see, and he responded to Phil in such a way that has completely derailed Phil's goddamn stream. And this is an amazing pause I got. This pause here, this face he's making. This does not count as a dumb close up, no. Right guys, this is normal speed. Let's just embrace it and see what happens.
15 years making content on the internet. I've seen highs and lows, ups and downs. I certainly have a storied history on YouTube and on Twitch as both a content creator that is, on-demand content and a live streamer. I've been there, done that, all right? And I've seen a lot of contemporaries come and go in my time as a content creator, all right? Rich, also known as Review Tech USA, interestingly enough, all right, has a lot of similarities to me as a content creator if you look at his history, okay? If you actually look way back when, back in the day, now I don't even know if these videos that he used to put up are still live, but he used to put up videos just like me of him just vlogging normal daily stuff, talking to a camera, sharing his thoughts. At one point, he was sitting outside of a job, a potential job, about to go in for a job interview, okay? And he's talking about his thoughts about going in for this job interview in the car. And it's like a really meaningful moment in a video where you can have that kind of like, we've all kind of been there. You know what I mean? We've all been walking into a job interview and we felt nervous. And when you watch content like that from Rich, you kind of get that kind of feeling. Wow, you can actually like put yourself in his shoes and have a empathetic moment. A moment where basically you kind of feel the same as the guy who put out the video. You know what I'm saying? He started out like that. Humble beginnings, much like me. He had no aspirations to be a ginormous YouTuber or super popular content creator or anything like that. He kind of stumbled into it over the years. In fact, many years ago, all right, many years ago, there were people who would kind of talk to and criticize both of us as content creators in our formative years as YouTubers. I actually forget the name of the fucking guy because there used to be a guy who was a real dick to me for no real reason. I didn't even know who he was, but he would always like talk shit about me and my content. But he was a YouTuber too. And he basically said to Rich, when Rich was just becoming a YouTuber, all right, and just starting to do it for a job, a living. Oh, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. You can't use YouTube as a job. You can't trust that or whatever. You know, this is ridiculous. You should always have a job outside of YouTube because YouTube will never amount to anything. And I actually remember Rich, saying in a video, okay, well, I don't know about this guy saying that, but to me, YouTube is the only real consistency I've had in employment in my life. Like all other jobs that I've had didn't mean a thing, you know, kind of, you know, inconsistent. YouTube's the one thing that I've been doing for a couple of years and it seems to be working out for me. So it seems like the opposite of what this guy is saying. He's saying don't trust YouTube. It'll never be a consistent form of employment. It could go away at any moment. But for me, it's been the opposite experience, right? And you know what? I completely agree with that. If you take a look at my history as a content creator, even though there's been ups and downs, you know, lefts and rights, highs and lows, as they say. I used to call it the wave of popularity, where sometimes you're at a high and sometimes you're at a low, and you ride those waves up and down to survive, right? Being a content creator on the internet has absolutely been the most consistent and dependable thing I've ever done. I've now done it in general for 14 years as a hobby, and for 11 years, actually at this point, almost 12 years as a job, okay? That's the longest I've ever held a job. So it's weird, right? When you look at those parallels between me and Rich as content creators on YouTube, there's actually a lot of similarities there, okay? But you guys know me, and you know the kind of content creator I am, right? I keep to myself. I very rarely reach outside of the realm of my own stream, my own channel, right? I don't do collaborations with other YouTubers, right? There's no crossovers. There's no podcast that I regularly appear on as a guest. There's none of that, right? It's just I'm here every day on a stream, talking with you guys, chilling, relaxing, having a good time with my audience. The personal interactions we have mean the world to me. That's all I ever aspire to have. I'm not looking to ever get bigger. I just want to be happy doing what I love and be able to make a living doing it and not have to worry about all this kind of shit like finances and the like. That sadly has been a huge thing in my life, especially in the last 5 years. Okay? And the weird thing about all of that, all right, is that in my journey, 14 years as a content creator, and as I've mentioned on this podcast already, there's absolutely been times when I've taken shots at other content creators like PewDiePie and the like because I'm jealous. I will openly admit that, okay? But also over the years, there's been times when other content creators either come up as a topic of discussion on my streams, nothing to do with me. Half the time, I don't even know who the people are that are being referenced until they become a meme in my chat, and then I'm kind of forced to understand who they are. I mean, that's what happened with Wings of Redemption for sure. I never even heard of the guy. So you guys started regularly referencing him in my content. Like, I don't know what you're even talking about, but I guess now I need to know because it's a thing all my viewers talk about. But in the case of Review Tech USA, all right, this is a guy who, even though I never really had any contact with the guy or any interaction, over the years, always seems to bring me up in his content, okay? Most of the time in a negative light, although there have definitely been exceptions to that, okay? There have been times when he actually does bring me up in a positive light and or seems to stick up for me dependent on a situation, all right?
What does that fucking tell you? It tells you that most of the time you're doing things that cause people to react negatively. I don't follow Rich's content whatsoever, you know, but if he was being genuine with what he was saying in the video he made about you, the simple fact of the matter is that a lot of times you do stupid shit and people are going to react to that stupid shit. But he does seem to give you a fair crack of the whip, as you say yourself, Phil, and actually call you out when you do things, you know, well as well. He was defending your fucking gameplay of, like, was it Metroid? He was actually praising your gameplay of that and how you played that game and how you had fun with your chat and how you approached that game as a content creator. So, it was a Castlevania. It was Castlevania's game. Sorry, yeah, Castlevania. I was saying, no, it seems like, so Phil only wants somebody to say nice things always to him. Even when he screws up, he does not want anyone to say he screwed up. He only wants to be surrounded by yes men and never highlight the fact that he fucked up. It's kind of a wee bit like it. Isn't Donald Trump meant to be like that a wee bit? I hear Trump is a wee bit kind of like that, where he's like surrounds himself by sycophants and yes man, you know, not surrounded by people that might question him or try and stop him from doing shit. Apparently he's like that anyway. And Phil seems to kind of fit that mould where he just wants to be completely surrounded by the yes men. Trump has money though. Trump also had bankruptcies. He knows a thing or two about bankruptcies. Donald Trump, I'll tell you that. But Christ, man, it's bizarre though, you know. I guess a better example might be Vince McMahon. They always say he got surrounded by yes men, and he was always making these decisions, and nobody ever questioned him, even though some of them were ridiculous decisions within the WWE. So, you know, that may be a better example using Vince McMahon, especially since it's wrestling related, and obviously Phil loves his wrestling, doesn't he? Look at that wee Stone Cold t-shirt there, right there. Christ, man, but yeah. The fact of the matter is, though, Rich had the audacity to give his honest take on some of the stupid shit Phil did. And yet, yes, it's basically for the sake of his content. He's making, like, drama content, you know, his content's evolved, I guess. He shouldn't really be called Review Tech USA when he doesn't seem to review tech anymore. And I said, I've never watched the guy's shit. That video I watched earlier on today, from he made about Phil, literally the first proper full video I've ever seen that Rich make. I don't care about his other content. I'm not going to care about his other content. I am a one lol cow kind of guy. That's just me.
All right? And I'll give you some examples. You know, there was one point when I was getting false strikes against DSP Gaming, all right? And I'm not exactly sure what the situation was at this point because this was years and years ago. All right? Years and years ago. All right? And basically, I came out publicly and I said, listen, my livelihood's at stake because I'm getting these false strikes from Sega. I don't feel they're legit. I think Sega is overreaching here. If Sega has an issue with me, Sega should take me to court and sue me. In fact, I dare Sega to take me to court for gameplay videos of their game because I feel this needs to be hashed out in court. It needs to be determined in court that fair use is fair use and people can do let's plays or playthroughs. Do it. I dare you. Sue me. Go for it. Let's actually have this go to court and be established that it's legal or not so we don't have this gray area forever and everyone gets hit with false strikes. Okay? Now, I don't remember when exactly this was. This was probably years and years and years ago. I don't remember the specifics. But I specifically remember Review Tech USA covering the story on his channel and saying positive things about me. Wow, Phil has balls for doing this and good for him for sticking to his guns. It's ridiculous that everyone gets to do Let's Plays, but he's getting stricken down now. It's interesting when he covers things like that in a positive light, okay? But, man, more often than not, this guy will cover you in a negative light whenever it's a slow day for him in order to have something to talk about in his content. All right. And the reason that I feel that this is kind of sad, all right, is here's why. As you guys know, all right, as a content creator, I've pretty much done the same thing for 14 years. I cover video games. I play them from start to finish. I do live commentary on them, and I share that with you. Now, definitely that's changed over the years. I went from being on demand to live streaming. I went from ignoring my streaming audience to having full interaction with my streaming audience, right? These days, I'm diversifying my content. I'm doing some React content. I'm doing more marathon style content. We got new series branching out from old series like Feasting with the King as opposed to just DSP Tries It, right? I've been telling you guys I do want to eventually branch out and do more variety of content in the long term because I know I'm 40 years old and I can't just game constantly, all right? But in general, outside of the times changing in the last 14 years and my commentary style becoming a lot more tame, being more meaningful and interactive with you guys, now it's more about us having a fun and meaningful conversation and reacting to what we see in a game rather than me trying to fill every moment of dead air in a video game playthrough with a joke or a rude, lewd comment. I'm not like how I used to be, and I'm happy about that. I feel that in the 14 years I've been a content creator, I've actively tried to improve myself for the better. And if you actually want to see evidence that that's happened, all you need to do is look at my trolls. All right? Back in the day, my trolls used to be hyper-focused on how I was very successful, but my content sucked. Okay? Oh, Darkside Phil's content. All he does is insult game developers, say sexualized humor, racial humor, things that shouldn't be acceptable. How dare he be popular? For doing that, it's lowbrow comedy. He really shouldn't be popular, okay? So over the years, I changed my content to be more interactive, more modern, taking out all of that crap. And now the criticism is, well, we can't criticize the content anymore because Phil doesn't do any of those things that we used to be critical of. So now we have to find other things to criticize him for to have absolutely nothing to do with the content he puts out. So you see the difference here? Over the years of 14 years that I've been a content creator, it went, the content Phil makes is shit. He needs to improve as a content creator and a person. So that happened, but the trolls need something to do. So now they have to focus in on shit outside of the content. The personal life.
I'd like to remind people that Phil's Bassmaster fishing game, and that kind of fishing simulator game he played on Sunday, the first entire hour of the stream, Phil didn't catch a single fucking fish. People sat there for an hour while Phil did nothing for an hour. Sat in the middle of a virtual lake with nothing to show for his efforts. That was how his evolved content is like, you know, and nobody was entertained, nobody was tipping, nobody, I don't think it's zero contributions, I think, or close to zero contributions. You know, as I'm saying, nobody was enjoying it at all. And then he actually finally caught a fish and things picked up for him and the whale came by with $100 tip, I think, or something. I can't even mind. Usual kind of garbage. A one person, you know, so one person supports the entire stream and Phil pretends it's a lot of people all at once. You know what he's like.
Things behind the scenes, things that have nothing to fuck to do with the content that I put out on a daily basis. And that's what they focus on, okay? So, that, if anything, that's a testament to the fact that I've changed for the better over the years, all right? Rich is a sad story, all right? At least in my opinion. And what I should tell you here is that everything I'm about to say is my opinion, okay? It's not fact, it's my subjective opinion. I must preface it saying that. This is not me saying this is objectively the end-all be-all. If you like Review Tech USA and you like the content he puts out, good for you. Enjoy it. I'm not here to tell you not to watch the guy. I'm not here to take $1 out of this guy's pocket or review off of any of his videos or streams. Let him be successful. I don't care, all right? However, Rich has made a concerted effort to pull me into his world many times over the years, which I'm about to talk about. And recently, he's actually made a concerted effort to try to pull himself into my own streams and content, which I don't appreciate, because then he always tries to spin it into a way that he gets over and gets something positive out of it, while I end up being basically the victim of the situation, and I'm the one that has to put up with the negative backlash. Today, that ends, okay? Like I said earlier, there's one thing, you heard me annoyed. There's times when you've heard me slam a controller. I'm pissed, all right? So, Rich, you did this to yourself. I warned you. I tried to be nice to you. I tried to be reasonable with you. You didn't want to be a reasonable person. You just wanted to get clickbait views on your garbage content basically on my behalf. So as of now, I'm laying down the law, and this segment I'm about to do on this podcast, all right, will be the end all be all of what I have to say about you. After today, I never even want to hear about you ever again. You don't exist to me, okay? Okay. So, ahem.
I had to pause it there. He has really set this up. What is he planning to do here? Is he going to go and grab like a fucking beer and say, that's the bottom line, because the king of fate said so? Just start playing Austin's music on his wee soundboard. Da 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 da. What is he out to fucking actually do? Apparently he's really super fucking pissed now. What in the absolute fuck can Phil do? This is the same guy that was going to fight somebody at, some convention, street fair convention years and years ago. Some wee guy was as well. Someone smaller than Phil, but the guy was up for it. The guy was looking forward to it. He's like, yeah, I'll take that fight, definitely, let's do it. And Phil's like, oh shit, this guy actually wants to fight. I'm going to contact him behind the scenes and say, let's just pretend we're going to fight and then do some DX crotch chops to the crowd and they'll go wild. Yeah, Viking, that's what his name, Viking. Viscount Viking, I fucking don't know if that S is silent or not. I'm a Scottish person, I'm not great with fucking French words. Viscount Viking, whatever. He bailed out a fight. The one time it looked like he was going to fight somebody, he actually bottled it and wanted to bail from it. And they actually signed a contract and everything and all that shit. And he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm just going to pretend that we're going to fight and then we'll just do some crotch chops to the crowd. Oh yeah, and Jaha came for his ass, man. To be fair, if Jaha confronted me, I might start crying as well. Jaha's a fucking monster of a person, man. He's built.
Review Tech USA used to be a guy who reviewed tech in the USA. That's his name. That's the premise of his channel. That's what he was supposed to be. That's what he wanted to be. That's what he aspired to be, a tech reviewer. That's what his hobby was. That's what he loved. He used to have jobs that had to do with technology. In fact, if I remember correctly, the video I referenced where he's sitting outside of a job waiting to get interviewed was a tech job. I don't know if it was selling PC components or whatever it may be, right? That's what it was. That's his thing. Okay? He failed. He's a failure as what he wanted to do on the internet. You can't dispute this. You just can't. You look at his history doing that. And sadly, what ended up happening was YouTube changed a lot over the years. Let's be honest. Can you blame Rich for being a failure of a reviewer of tech? I don't think you can, because YouTube changed so negatively over the years. It changed to a site where you had to have the clickbait title, the thumbnail with the stupid face reacting, the drama content to get noticed. You had to, or else you had to adapt in another way. Whether you became a live streamer that was reliant on crowdfunding, whether you got a ridiculous amount of sponsors over the years, it all kind of came to a head in 2017 when the adpocalypse happened, but the writing was on the wall before then as well, that people kind of saw the downward spiral YouTube was going into. When I started out as a YouTuber, it was the days of milk and honey. And what I mean by that is the ad revenue was flowing like a fucking river. You could put out a video that would get 50,000 views and you'd make hundreds of dollars on it. So I would go buy a sandwich from Burger King, eat it, put the video out and make $200. Holy shit. And I didn't put any effort into it. I was just fucking around and I made $200 on a video. All right? Money, but over time...
Money, yeah. Money. Oh, money. Yeah. Money.
Thank you to N Mal for subscribing to the channel. Much appreciated.
That all went away. And so Rich, who wanted to be a reviewer of tech on YouTube, struggled being a reviewer of tech on YouTube when he saw all of his contemporaries changing. Everyone around him had to become drama. All right? Now, I'm not saying that Rich didn't always talk about current events and things. He did. But that was not the major focus of what he wanted to do on YouTube. Why was his name Review Tech USA? Because he wanted to review technology, but he couldn't make a living doing it after a while. At first he was, all right? But then, out of all that time period of when everything around him is this algorithm, right? He has to change. So, what ends up happening is that he starts looking at his contemporaries. He starts looking at guys like Drama Alert and Keemstar. And he starts seeing, man, if I just talk about news stories every day and I give my spin on them, right? Then I could get views just based on that. And you know what? Shit, that's a lot easier than doing in-depth reviews of technology. And by the way, it's becoming more popular than my actual review content. Me being a techie guy and reviewing stuff isn't popular anymore. I need to adapt with the times, and I need to become like these other drama queens on YouTube, okay? And I hate to say it worked, because I don't like admitting that. because I'm not like that, and you guys know that. You know, this is something that people ask me to do over the years. Will you ever do drama videos? Will you do this? Will you do that? And I was always very, 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 very reluctant to do it because I said, I want to be true to myself. I want to keep putting out content that I know I like and I would enjoy watching myself. Content that I feel is
money, yeah, yeah, money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah, money, money.
Thank you, Barrett Wells, for super chat. He said this once and I'll say it again, even super blind man could read the writing on the wall better than Phil. It's a good point, yeah. Phil's not very good at picking on these things, he's quite dense in the head. Thanks for the super chat, Barrett Wells.
Was meaningful to my audience, and even though it means I might have to adapt over time because certain things that used to be acceptable aren't acceptable anymore, I want to be putting out stuff that I can sleep at night and say, I'm okay with this, it was positive content, people got a good laugh or got something productive out of it. That's the kind of stuff that I want to do as a content creator. That's the legacy I want to leave behind, right? I don't think that just talking about current events all day and over dramatizing them for clickbait views and using the thumbnails, there's no content there. That's fluff. That's my opinion. You could disagree. You can like that shit, and I'm not going to tell you not to like it. But more power to you to watch what you like, okay? But I'm true to myself, you know? And I have to be. If I become a sellout, if I become a shill, if I become someone who conforms to all the norms of being popular on YouTube, I wouldn't like the content I'm putting out anymore, and then it just becomes the same as every other job I've ever done in my life, and I would hate it. You know, and to some extent, it did become that before I became an interactive live streamer. That happened to me. I was getting tired of just doing the offline commentary. And then when I became an interactive live streamer in 2017, things changed, okay? But to get back on the subject, okay? Rich, having to change his entire format of content to become primarily talking about current events and then eventually...
Money, yeah, yeah, money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah, money, money.
Thank you very much, Profit, for a super chat. He says, LOL accuses Rich of selling out by doing drama/reaction content for money, while Phil is now doing drama/reaction content for money. Precisely. Phil claims he's only doing it because he's getting old, he's 40, his hands are all getting old man style. No, the truth is, he's trying to diversify himself. Only Phil may diversify himself and adapt with the times, even though Phil should have adapted several years ago. Look, Review Tech USA has got a hypocritical username, we could argue, because he doesn't really do Review Tech anymore, and apparently, according to yourself, Profit, he was not very good at it anyway. I don't know, I didn't watch his stuff. But the fact of the matter is, Review Tech USA is a 1 million sub channel which gets several tens of thousands of views on each and every single video they upload, which is like every day, it looks like. You know, I'd say they're doing quite well on YouTube still, in grand scheme of things, and he streams as well. RTU still streams as well, and I assume they do okay in that regard too. I don't know, but yeah, this is just massive copium from Phil here. He's trying his best to punch up, but it's not really landing.
Spinning that into drama content, because even he realized just talking about current events isn't enough. Now you have to have a dramatic spin. And now all of a sudden it became less about current events and more about covering topics that were a little bit more hearsay, a little bit more gossip. Like I say, I really feel like over the years, Rich went from someone who wanted to put out legitimate content to someone who literally just wanted to make a buck. And he doesn't care what kind of content he puts out anymore as long as he's making a living doing it. And essentially what Rich has become over the years has been a true to his heart kind of a guy who makes stuff that he loves into a really bad, generic, knockoff Keemstar. That's what he is. Take a look at everything Rich does and tell me that he doesn't wish upon a fucking star every night that he would wake up the next day and he would be Keemstar. He would have the beard, he would live in the giant mansion, he would drive the fancy car. My God, does he wish that he was Keemstar.
It just sounds like your wish, Phil. This kind of sounds like the thing you wish for every single fucking day, personally, the way you just described it.
Every piece of evidence over the years of everything he's said and done leans towards that fact. That's who he aspires to be. He probably has a picture of Keemstar on his fucking bedroom ceiling, and he probably talks to him at night. Oh, I pray to Daddy Keem that tomorrow I could be more like you and get more clickbait views and do more shit. Because literally, that's his idol. Okay? All right? It just is. Okay? So, allow me to give you some examples of things that have happened over the years with me and Review Tech, and why I'm bringing this up today and why I'm putting an end to it as of today. All right. I don't know the guy personally. I don't, I never really had any collaboration, nothing with this guy at all. Yet over the years, he just keeps bringing me up. Allow me to explain to you, all right, why this guy is the most untrustworthy, bipolar, one day he's your best friend, the next day he's your biggest enemy just to get over kind of guy. All right? I'll give you a perfect example. Okay. 6 years ago, the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me happened live on a stream, unbeknownst to me. It was called The Incident, right? I don't have to go into detail about it because you all know what it was, right? The camera was left on inadvertently during a very embarrassing moment, all right? I've talked about this many different times, especially if you want the full details about it. You should actually watch my reaction to the Down the Rabbit Hole video about me from Frederick Knudsen. I did a whole full discussion about it on there, explaining the whole situation, how fucked up my life was at the time, and how it happened, okay? Rich comes out. Now, Rich, again, someone who had brought me up in a negative light in his content before, despite the fact I never knew who he was, all right? Actually made a video about it and actually said positive things about me. He says, you know what? I think Phil will be fine. Even though this could be the most embarrassing thing possible to happen to someone, I think he'll be all right. He has a dedicated fan base who likes his content regardless. They're not going to care about this. And it seems like he's spinning it in a way that's a joke, which is exactly what he should be doing. I'm positive that he's going to come out of this. It's not going to be a problem. And I appreciate when something like that happens because, man, again, that was a low for me. The most embarrassing thing in my life to this point. That is definitely the most embarrassing that's ever happened to me. And it could have been the end for me. And to see that he didn't dogpile on me like a lot of other people did, including Keemstar, okay, was actually a breath of fresh air, okay? And you think, wow, maybe this guy is a little different than the others. And then a month later, Rich makes a video on his channel, DSP Gaming is dying. His views are plummeting. His business is collapsing at the seams. Drastic action needed to rescue DSP Gaming or he will be gone from YouTube. What prompted this flippant attitude? Did I speak about Review Tech USA in any negative way? No, I didn't. In fact, I think I even mentioned him. Maybe someone mentioned him on one of my streams or whatever, saying he made a positive video about me, and I was like, oh, great, or whatever. But the point I'm making here is he will literally flip on you on a dime if it's a slow day for him. If he feels that there's nothing for him to talk about, he'll turn on you and make a whole negative expose about you, regardless of the fact if it hurts you or not, to get personal gain. All right? Now, over the years, I've been someone who has definitely said that I, in the early days when I was a content creator, did not understand the whole notion of responsibility when you have an audience. And allow me to explain myself. When I started on YouTube, and I was at one of my most prominent parts of my career, I was very popular. I was one of the big gaming content creators on YouTube back in the day over 10 years ago, okay? I would say and do things, all right, that I didn't understand had an impact. I would rail against other content creators and rip them new assholes, right? I would insult Minecraft and anyone who played it. All right, that's just a couple examples. But I would say dumb shit, uninformed shit, stuff that I thought, oh, who cares? I'll talk out of my asshole. This is what my viewing audience wants. What I didn't realize is that my actions had consequences because I had a following. There were hundreds of thousands, if not more, people who watched my content back then on a daily basis who took what I said as fact. I didn't know that, nor did I really care. I didn't feel like there was any personal responsibility for anything that I said or did. Today, I know that things that you can say on the internet have a giant impact on others. And I purposely try to go out of my way to make sure that I don't do fucked up stuff like that will hurt other people. Now, I still make mistakes. I'm not perfect. But if you take a look at the Phil from 10 years ago versus the Phil of today, I think you will see a distinct contrast and difference in the way that I behave and the way that I conduct myself in my content, because I'm not trying to actively hurt other people. Perfect example of this. Old Phil would have done whatever and never given two shits about saying or doing something. Just a few months ago, people were urging me to start doing React style content, and before I did a single piece of it, I reached out, right, to Wings of Redemption. And I said, hey man, people want me to react to your Down the Rabbit Hole video. Are you okay with that? Because I don't want to do something that you would feel is going to be harmful to you. I know that what I say and do can have negative repercussions for people all over the internet. And I want to be sure that if I react to this piece of content, that you don't think that it's going to be harmful.
Money, money, more money, money, yeah, money, money.
Thank you very much to Car Ramrod for subscribing to the channel. Much appreciated.
And he actually went out of his way and he gave me his blessing and said, go ahead. I actually feel like that's one of the better documentaries done on me. So go ahead and do it. That's what I've learned over the years, you know. Be responsible for your actions, all right? have some feeling of dignity and responsibility, understand that what you do on the internet matters, and that people will believe what you say, and that people will actually do things based off of what you're saying, even if you intend that or not. Something that I like may lead other people to like it. Something that I say sucks may lead other people to say it sucks, even if they never even try it themselves. You got to understand that you have that kind of clout and that kind of power when you have a following on the internet. Rich has absolutely no fucking concept of this whatsoever, and he doesn't care. He thinks that life is a joke. He does. Again, I don't really bring up Rich at all in my content unless someone brings him up in the chat and I directly respond, or if somehow he brought me up today in his own content, then I'll respond. But in general, I don't give a shit about the guy, all right? Again, 6 years ago, I had my most embarrassing moment ever. Now, that was 6 years ago, right? We all laugh at it. We acknowledge it happened. We moved on. I'm a much different guy than I was 6 years ago. I don't make that kind of content. I'm a totally different person. I'm married now. I really do feel like I've had this transformation, and this is like my second wave of content. Up until 2017, it was old Phil, and now this is a new, more evolved version of myself that you guys have seen over the last 5+ years, okay? To Rich, that never happened. In Rich's mind, the one moment of end-all be-all of me is my embarrassing moment, which is why every time he brings me up, he's got a screen capture of that moment behind him on his monitors in his studio, okay? And to me, it's like, dude, do you not understand that at some point in my life, I need to be moving on from my past and say that was the past, that was old Phil, he made mistakes, he did fucked up things. I'm not that guy anymore. I don't want to dwell on it. I don't want to focus in on the negative things of my past. I want to be someone who looks forward towards a positive future because I've changed. To him, none of that matters. It's just that one embarrassing moment forever. That's his mindset. He's got the mindset of a child. He's got the mindset of an immature teenager who snickers and laughs at sexualized humor, who thinks it's funny to make jokes about kissing cocks and sucking cucumbers.
This is the same man who regularly enjoys using scat humour on the daily. This man embraces scat humour and openly admits to using it. It's not as if you're fucking any better, Phil. Come on, let's be real now. Don't fucking pretend you're some moral authority on what is some intellectual humour or whatever. You're both fucking children. You're fucking both as bad as one another, it sounds like. Except the fact of the matter is, Rich is far more successful than you've been doing YouTube.
He's got an insanely immature brain. And the thing is, he capitalizes on that by appealing to an immature crowd of viewers. They want to see him do dumb shit, and he degrades himself in front of that crowd for profit. He actually publicly states, I'm a lol cow, and I will ride that wave of lol cowness for personal benefit. Rather than, he doesn't understand, all right, that he changed from someone who was leaving behind a legacy of constructive, positive, meaningful content to literally a legacy of shit. He doesn't even care. As long as the money is rolling in every day, as long as that ka-ching comes in and it pays his bills, he actually doesn't give two shits about what he puts out there.
Whereas you are happy enough, obviously it's really important to you, Phil, to have Gunner glasses at $50, because Gunner glasses are really important to you, Phil, aren't they? Gunner glasses at $50 is one of the most important things in your life. Those Gunner glasses really mean a lot to you. They speak to you, you know, they're basically part of your soul and your fibre, you know, they're part of your being. And let's not get about the hats, you know, Phil and the hats are like, they go hand in hand, it's like peanut butter and jelly. And of course that's going to be over $100, you know what I mean? But yeah, of course, $100 for a hat, that's just going to be like the most important thing in Phil's life. Almost as important, there's nothing, there's one thing more important than hats to Phil. One thing more important in life that it means a lot to Phil, and obviously shares that meaning with his fans, and that's of course his vests. Oh, make sure those vests mean so much to Phil, but of course, if you really want to see that though and share how much it means to Phil, you have to give him $150 just so he can share in the feeling of how much that all means to Phil. You're as bad as each other, Phil. You're not realising how bad you're making yourself look here. You're making yourself look terrible. Let me just derail for a very quick second. I just want to check to see the video's still here. Where is it? 24th of July, 24th of July, where are you? There you are.
In the morning, right?
Yep. Still there. WWE champions. Still there. For all to see. Right. Back to regularly scheduled content.
At all, alright? While everyone on Twitch was busy taking their clothes off, jumping in hot tubs, riding giant pickle ricks for money, I was doing the antithesis of that. I was putting clothes on. I was putting on glasses and vests and hats. I was literally doing the parody, the anti-parody of the fucking sellout bullshit. The low.
You got paid to put on clothes like a fucking whore. You're bragging about being a dress-up doll, Phil. Phil is comparing himself to e-girls. You're right, Sasuke Eisen. He's absolutely comparing himself to e-girls online. Wear this. If I send you this amount of money, will you wear this? Will you wear that? Yeah, of course. That's it was not a party. Phil was never parodying this. This was never a parody. I can't believe Phil's actually retconning like the vest streak and all that shit and wearing. These are meant to be rewards for his dumbass fans because he couldn't think of anything good to give him, and he just fucking picked up shit around the house. He's like, oh shit, I've got a bunch of old shit here, you know, I've got his old hat from back in the day. Oh, what have I found in the closet?
Fucking inflatable fucking crown!
I can charge my dumbass fans for that if they want to see me fucking wear that shit. Fantastic, yes. It wasn't, no thought was really put into it. The thought only fucking went into this shit after fans, you know, were paying for it. This is why he bought more hats on top of him. Yeah, a lot of times, a lot of things he actually got for these rewards, Bill never bought. A lot of them are gifted to him. That's a bizarre thing. Some of these things were gifted to him. The whole Santos hat might make an appearance. Aye, Christ, man. At this rate, I think it will. He's doing well for tips so far.
Lowbrow sexualized nonsense they were doing. I did it on purpose as a way to show you don't have to degrade yourself to be successful. That's the easy way out if you have no fucking talent. That's what you do. If you have no meaningful content to put out, you do that shit. And it's very popular. But I don't think anyone's going to argue that the people who do that kind of shit are talented. They just prey on the weak. They prey on people who like that kind of shit, right? Admittedly, 10 years ago, that was me making the sexualized jokes, right? The racial comment. That's who I was. But I realized over time that's harmful. That's worthless. It had a place in time. That's in the past. It's time to move on and become.
Is this motherfucker trying to claim that him making racist jokes is in the past? Is he really saying that? Let's type in DSP racist. Anything recent? Anything recent? Anything recent? Here's a quite recent one from like. This is quite recent.
Make this quick.
All right, boys, prepare the slave trade. We're selling her right off for profits.
You know how much I love you, right?
Oh yeah. This is only in the 20th of July. It's practically a lifetime ago. I don't know why the video went. Oh, was this me or this? No. It's just a video quality of this. Yeah, it was the uploader. Whoever's uploaded this is the quality of that. But yeah, this is a. This was 2 weeks. No, 2 weeks ago. 20th of July. When was it? 20th of July. Yeah, whatever. He's still a racist.
Become better, right? To Rich, it doesn't matter what he does any day. Right now, if one person offered to pay Rich $10,000 to take a shit live on stream, Rich would drop his fucking pants. Right now, he would do it. Because that's who he is. That's the content creator he is. All right? And it's sad, but it's true. He has no limits to where he'll go. To him, life is a joke. Okay? That's fucked up in my opinion. I feel like I have responsibility that I put out meaningful content for you guys. You can come to my streams, have a chill time, have a great time. I'm not Mr. Popular, and I'm okay with that. As long as I have an audience that's focused on my content and likes the kind of stuff that I do, right? Then that's great. But the point is, I'm not going to degrade myself for a buck. People have said, why don't you do stunts like Rich does and stuff? No, I'm not doing that. That's not who I am as a person. I have to be true to myself and true to my heart and the content that I put out. All right? Now, if you don't believe me, because you might not, all right? I had a conversation with Review Tech. Okay? This is behind the scenes. It was not a publicized conversation. I'm not going to read it word for word because that would actually be wrong. But I'm going to paraphrase the conversation that I had with him. Okay? This was...
No. That's more wrong because you might misrepresent what actually happened, Phil. We need full context to make sure you're not lying. You're setting yourself up for a fall here, Phil. You need to make sure you're transparent with this shit and also hide any actual sensitive details. But if you're paraphrasing shit, it opens you up to misleading people, Phil. This is a very slippery slope to go down.
Random, because we were having a conversation completely about something unrelated to anything that we're talking about today. And out of nowhere, he hits me up with a comment saying, dude, you know what you should do? You know that embarrassing moment you had years ago? You should totally put that face on a shirt. And you should sell that shirt for massive profits, okay? You should, because you'd really bank on that. And if that were me, and that was what I was known for on the internet, I would do that, okay? That's what he said. You should sell your O-face on a shirt for massive profits. Out of nowhere, he just says that.
Reminder, Phil tried to make his O-face into an emoji, and Twitch told him to fuck off. Apparently, it was against the terms of use. He wanted to make the O-face. He wanted to basically earn money from the O-face before on an emoji, and he got denied it. So now apparently putting a t-shirt is wrong, but emojis are perfectly fine.
This. It wasn't like it was prompted. We were even talking about it. He just says this to me out of nowhere. Okay? Now, I'm not going to read you the entire way that I responded, but to say that I was a little upset would be an understatement. Allow me to explain, right? Again, as I just explained, I made 5+ years of my life a concerted effort to change myself from that person who I was in the past and to become a better guy, both as a person, in real life and also as a content creator. I want to be something better than the mistakes of my past, which is why you see me change a lot in the last 5 years and why you've seen my trolls change their focus from my content to, let's try to delve as much into the behind the scenes of his life as possible, because we can't say the same shit about his content like we used to, okay? To give you guys a summary, or maybe I should read this word for word because this is my half of it, okay? All right. I will read it word for what I said, okay? I am upset that Rich keeps fucking putting that face in his content. I feel it's harmful. I feel that is a reminder of my failures in the past, how a bad person I was or a broken person I was, all right? So allow me to read you what I responded to him with, okay? I'm glad that you've brought this up because I feel we should have a discussion about it. As much as I owned that embarrassing moment when it happened, it also constitutes one of the worst in my life. Behind the scenes, my private life had completely fallen apart. I was living a lie. I was incredibly depressed at that time. I've thankfully changed a lot since then, both publicly with my content, but also as a person. When I met my wife, a lot of things changed for me. That moment is definitely something that happened. It's definitely documented history, but it's not the me of today. My wife hates it when people bring that moment up, and she actually gets very sad and upset if it gets brought up on my streams to any kind of lengthy discussion. So as much of a joke as you probably think that moment is, I mean, why else would he put my face all over his streams constantly, right? I've said this right here. I see you literally put my face up on your streams every chance you get. You probably don't realize how insensitive and hurtful that can actually be to people. To me, personally, probably no, but to my wife and others, yeah. She's actually cried a few times when she's watching one of my streams.
I am absolutely doubting this completely. There's no way she even watches this garbage. Never mind cries a wee fat eyes out over us, man. No way.
And people won't stop bringing that shit up. We have a new life together here, and that's why I don't dwell on my messed up past anymore. I'm not just a person frozen in time from a moment in 2016 when I did something really stupid. And every time that someone brings this up, including you, and you keep referencing that moment, it's like these last 6 years that I made a really tough effort to change and improve myself and my content didn't happen and don't matter. And that's just incredibly unfair to me. So, no, I'm not going to put my face on a fucking shirt, and I even said that, fucking shirt, and I'm not going to make an emote out of that, and I'm not going to reference it constantly in my content.
Money,
It's
money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Amak Uno, for the super chat. He says, I thought DSP hates drama, and here's some money, man. Good night. Thank you very much, Amak Uno, and I hope I'm saying your name right, because it's awkward name for me to say, so I do hope I'm doing it some justice. Phil absolutely tried to make it an emote. He got denied it. He got shut down. Was it Twitch? I think it was actually Twitch that shut down Phil for trying to make it, or was it YouTube? It might have been YouTube actually that stopped him from doing it. One or the other anyway. He got denied making it. And it wasn't that, I feel like it was YouTube. Was it? I can't even mind who it was, but I know for a fact he desperately tried to make it an emote and he got knocked back because obviously it was, it was deemed sexual content. It was Twitch, okay. It doesn't really surprise me then, yeah. Towards the end of his Twitch days then, Twitch denied him from being able to monetize it. Phil trying to deny, he's taking the moral high ground and trying to leave it in his past and not make an emote. And this was what, back in 2020? Maybe even 2021. One of those years anyway, he tried to make it into an emote because it was quite near the end of his time on Twitch. And he wanted this to be an emote so people could pay for it and all that stuff. This was after Phil had apparently moved on from this garbage. And he said, I'm trying to put all this behind me and I'm trying to rebrand and be different. At the same time, let me try and make it an emote so I can charge people money so they can use it in the chat and spam chat with it.
Stupid. It needs to be forgotten because I'm not just that guy that did that 6 years ago. I'm a guy who's coming up on having a 15-year history of content creation, and I feel like I should be remembered for that. Here's his response, and I'm gonna paraphrase it again because God forbid I read it word for word. Everything's humor, life's a joke. Just capitalize it and bank on it. I would do it. I literally just said to the guy, this is harmful not only to me and my viewers, but my wife. It hurts my wife's feelings.
And yet you wanted to make an emote out of it, Phil. You wanted to make an emote out of it. Don't deny you didn't want to. You tried and you got knocked back. Don't retcon that as to being, I didn't want to make an emote out of that anyway. You submitted it and you were refused approval. You tried to monetize it recently, and I say recently as in the time you were married with Kat. Kat was already married to you, and apparently this kind of thing, made her cry. Seeing this thing made her cry, apparently. And yet you wanted to make an emote out of it, Phil. If that's the case, you are a horrible husband to your wife. Naruto Ronin says, so why is he paraphrasing Mitch but reading out what he said? Fuck knows, Naruto Ronin, but he set himself up for a fall here. You can tell Rich is going to come back here and basically read word for word what happened. But to be fair, it wouldn't surprise me if Rich did say something like this, I guess, because it does seem kind of like the kind of guy to just roll with it these days and just, go with it. Try and bank on it, but I don't think he's saying it in this kind of way. And Phil has been such a hypocrite here. Because we know for a fact he tried his best to monetize the O-Face and he got denied by Twitch.
When people act like that's who I am, Rich is like, haha, I don't care, make a joke out of it, make bank on it, I would do it. He would literally do it anyway and hurt his wife. He doesn't care. Okay, so now you've revealed yourself to the world. You don't care about anything. You don't care about yourself. You don't care about your content. You don't care about family members. You know what I mean? I sound like Howard. I really sound like Howard right now in the video that he made about me in 2015. But this is literally directly what he's saying here is I just don't care.
That wasn't directly what he was saying, no, Phil, because you paraphrased. So we can't really trust you until we know word for word what was said. And we're not going to get that from you because you're a little bitch.
About anything, as long as I get over, I make a buck on it, that's fine with me. That's not me, guys. It's not. That's not who I am, all right? So you may be wondering, why on earth am I talking about all of this today? All right, I'll tell you why. Because for some weird reason, over the last year, Rich doubled down on the amount of mentions he makes about me. He's started bringing me up regularly in his content now. Like I said, whenever he has a slow night, it's Dark Side Phil night. Let's watch either his own streams or let's watch detractor content about him. It seems like I'm a third of his content. When there's nothing going on, it's Dark Side Phil time. Okay?
Let's test that theory. Let's test that theory. Let's test that theory right now. Let's go to the ViewTech USA's channel. Right, go to his channel. Let's go full screen for this. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear you fucking moan. Right. Random. Okay, so this video was a DSP one. That's not DSP, 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 that's not, no. Where's the next DSP video? There's plenty here. Where's all the DSP video? Where's the next one? 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. Ubisoft staff, Netflix is crumbling, Last of Us remake, Valve issues, YouTube's making a major change, PlayStation facing a class action lawsuit. Oh, here we go. 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago is like a Phil face. I don't even think this is actually about Phil, but I think he just used his face for the thumbnail. It's a warning for Nintendo Switch owners. He has another channel, RTU Streams. Oh, okay, that might be that might be it then. Okay, hang on, let me. I expect it to be here, RTU Streams, but oh, you got a live stream channel here. This is what it is. Okay, right. Okay, DSP then. Come hang out. So Alex Jones. No, that's not DSP. That's not DSP. DSP here. 12 days ago. 12 days ago. So 12 days ago, some DSP. No, to be fair, I did it consecutively here. This is like consecutively. 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks. This is like all in a row, to be fair. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. This is all like consecutively. I didn't even realise this challenge. That's a by the way, guys. I wanted to kind of see for myself, okay? Just wanted to see it for myself. Bloody hell, man. The thumbnail, the O face. So 2 weeks ago, he used the O face in a thumbnail. The DSP gaming computer situation. A 4-hour stream. Jesus Christ, man. I'm not going to fucking watch a 4-hour stream. Oh, no, unless it's a good detractor stream. Enough of that shit. Back to Bingo.
A year ago, all right, I was playing Fallout New Vegas as an ongoing playthrough over the summer. He comes on my stream and he says, Phil, I want you on my show. Now, it wasn't like he just asked me or he emailed me. He starts tossing me like super chats. Of course, was it super chat? Yeah, it was super chats because at that point I was on YouTube, not Twitch, I believe, right? And he's like, I want you on my show. I want to have a segment with you, or I want to have an interview with you, or whatever it was at the time. Who knows? Because it was probably about the latest drama my haters were talking about, right? That's what he wants me on a show for, all right? To which I responded publicly. I said, if Rich ever wants me in his content, all right, he could contact me via the normal means like a normal fucking human. He could email me and we could talk about it behind the scenes, or he can DM me on Twitter and we could talk about it behind the scenes, hash it out, but I wouldn't be willing to be in his content. Unless it was something meaningful. If he feels like I can add to a discussion about being a YouTuber over the years and how it's changed, gaming over the years and how it's changed, anything, you know, something which is constructive, not it's about Phil's drama and addressing the haters and the toxicity on the internet. I don't want to be able to deal with any of that shit. If I don't want to do it in my own shit, why would I want to do it on his show, right? But if ever he had any interest in actually having me in an intelligent discussion, something I could add to, I'd be down for that. But all he has to do is reach out and contact me, right, in an intelligent way. All right. So what happened? Well, I didn't hear from him for an extended period of time. Then he comes back on a stream kind of saying the same thing. I say exactly the same thing. Okay. You know, nothing's changed. All right. Earlier this year, the kind of the same thing's happening again. And I'm like, dude, like we've been here, done that. It's been a year. You've been doing this on and off in my content. I keep telling you, just contact me behind the scenes if you're interested. So eventually he does actually write me an email. What does the email say? Oh, I'd like you to be on my show, but all it's going to be is open Q&A with viewers. We're going to have everyone just coming in, asking questions, and you got to answer them all. And I was like, where the fuck have you been for the last year? Did you not listen to a word I said? I said if I wanted to address that kind of shit, I would do it on my own show or my own content. Why do I need to come on yours to be standing in front of a shooting gallery of my haters? I don't need to do that. Again, if you have something intelligent you want me to be involved in, great. If not, leave me alone. Okay? He never contacted me again about being in any show of his. Okay, at all. That was the end of that. As if, you know, the interest is gone. Okay? Now, I don't know what else he said publicly, but that's all I know from my end. All right? All of a sudden, he starts showing up on my streams, and this time, he's not asking of anything for me. Okay? He's actually being positive. He's watching me play Castlevania. He's watching me play other games. He's throwing super chats. He's becoming a member of the channel, and he's actually encouraging his viewers to do the same. So you may have noticed that over the last couple of months, there's some newcomers to my streams who you didn't notice before, they weren't around before, right? And you're like, oh, who are these people? Well, they're actually Rich's fans who he turned on to my content. And I've actually talked to a few of these people over the last few days trying to understand Rich's mindset of why he does what he does, because I just don't understand it. You know, to me, it's like, you don't play both sides. It's like either you like someone or you don't, but you have an air of responsibility for what you do on the internet. And I'm trying to talk to his viewers like, why would he do the shit that he does?
I'm telling you now, I'm just thinking this explains so much about his previous relationships with Ramble and Tower especially. Where it's a case to the point where it's like, if you cannot be honest with people who you think are your friends, you know what I mean? And not necessarily friends, but people you can respect enough to actually be honest with. Phil doesn't want honesty in people. He wants respect in people to the point where they don't be honest with him, which is not respectful. Yet, you can be respectful to people and still be honest about them, even if you've got to critique them, because that is honesty. You're telling them what you really think about a situation. Phil does not want that. Phil would rather have the wool pulled over his eyes and have people tell him that, you know, he's amazing. He wants obedience, he wants praise, he wants obviously money, you know, shit, you know what I mean? But he does not want to be told that what he's doing is bad.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you, QQ, for subscribing to the channel. And yeah, he wants yes men who shower him with money. That's essentially it, yeah. There's people that tell him he's doing amazingly well, just give him a whole bunch of money and saying he's absolute best at everything in life. And second you give him a critique, he's going to think you're fucking flip-flopping him and you're bipolar all of a sudden because you had the audacity to call him out on something that you didn't like him doing or saying. That is a fucked up mentality. That is not what people... That's not how the world works, Phil. People are going to call you out on things when you need to be called out on. You've got in your fucking head that you do everything right, essentially. You keep saying you're not perfect and all that shit, but the fact of the matter is, you do a lot of dumb shit. You still do a lot of dumb shit, and you get called out on it, and you just claim people are hating you for it. That's not the case. Rich, I would argue, is kind of been... He's using you to an extent, Phil. That is undeniable. He needs content. But I think he was actually being somewhat fair about it. He praised you when you did things right, when you done things well. He was openly, pleasant about it to you, And he said as much, But he was also straight with you, and he called you out when you needed to be called out. And to you, that's unacceptable. To you, that's him being bipolar. It perfectly sums up Phil's fucking delusion and what people should be like interacting with one another, and it just shows you how much of a hermit this man is. That he thinks this is a... Can you imagine what him and Kat go through? Like, imagine if Kat ever complains about anything. The second Kat complains about something, is Phil going to think that she wants a divorce? Oh shit, this fucking bitch I married hates me now. She used to love me and all that shit, but now she's complaining that I didn't take the trash out. What the fuck is wrong with her? What the fuck? I actually have to be... I'm genuinely wondering whether if Kat ever at any point says anything negative about something, is Phil going to say, oh well, she hates me now. That's the end of that. Was I need to fucking slide into another person's DMs, another fan's DM. Phil has hooked up with 2 fans, by the way, during his time on YouTube. So he's one away from making it a hat trick. Just saying.
Right? So anyway, he just starts doing this positive stuff towards me and my streams, and I'm like, maybe he turned over a new leaf or something. Maybe like he actually realized that all the harmful shit he said about me over the years is just that. All right? But then I start hearing, oh, did you know that Rich tonight, his entire night stream, he had nothing to do. So instead he watched your detractor videos about you and commented on them. He did what? Why would he do that? Right? Now, guys, I've said this before and I'll say it again. All right? You may not realize this. Okay? You may not realize this. But Rich also is not above reproach. Rich has quite a lot of haters out there who over the years have harassed the shit out of him. All right? To my knowledge, they've done horrible things. They've doxed him and his family members. They've done, really messed up stuff that should never happen to any content creator, and he does not deserve that. And as bad as he's been to me over the years, bringing me up in negative light, never did he ever deserve any of that shit. Okay? That's fucked up what people do to people on the internet. And I completely rebuke any kind of behavior like that whatsoever. I think it's really, really fucked up that people do that shit. Okay? But the point I'm making here is that he knows better because he's seen directly what happens when a negative group of people come towards you on the internet. He's had these horrible things happen to him. Okay? So he should know better than to say, oh, tonight I got nothing to do. Let's watch detractor videos about DSP on my stream. Like, wait a minute. You have your own detractors who do horrible things to you, but now you're going to watch videos of detractors of Phil's who do horrible things to him to get content for tonight and make a buck. You don't see the hypocrisy there. You don't see how that's harmful and how maybe someone should say, hey, wake the fuck up, Rich. You're the biggest hypocrite on the planet. If the same thing's happening to you and you say, oh, this is horrible, don't do it to me, but then you promote the shit about someone else that's negative. How do you not understand that, right? Right? So, case in point, the other night he watched a video from someone who over the years has proven that the videos they put out are bullshit. This same person who put out the latest video about me made a whole series of videos previously about my ex, then about my wife, superimposing a fucking horse's head over her face.
Shout out to Secret Limited. That was a great thumbnail.
As a joke, thinking that's funny. Oh, because she deserves that, right? What a nice person on the internet that would do that, right? That's someone who you should give attention to, right? This is the guy who covered the escort saga, which was completely debunked as fake, but made a whole fucking video about it as if it was real.
The escort saga was debunked by Kiwi Farms. Phil never admits this. But the Kiwi Farms were responsible for saving Phil from getting blackmailed, although I don't think Phil was actually ever going to give in to them. He basically held his ground, and fair play to Phil for holding his ground, but those guys tried to actually extort money from them. Kiwi Farms found out the truth of the matter, and the mods on there went ham on finding out who it really was. The Bronze Greets or something like that, some random Dutch couple, or sort of Belgian couple, I can't remember, some random Eurotrash couple that apparently had history in doing this kind of thing. Yeah. But the escort saga was debunked by Kiwi Farms, Phil. You've never thanked them before.
Did they ever go back and remove that video and say, oh, sorry, that was actually a joke or a false thing? No, leave the videos up because they're getting views and making money, right? This person is a scumbag. What they do is they take all the conspiracies from all over the internet and put them into a documentary and then put it out as a video to basically get clickbait views. The person's a piece of dog shit, all right? They're a horrible, horrible person to do this to me or anyone, all right? Rich watches it, okay? And by the end of the video, he says publicly to his viewers, oh, well, now that I've watched this, I'm convinced that all the negative things said about Phil in this video are true, so I'm going to cancel my membership publicly on this stream in front of everyone. It's like, what? Now, wait a minute. Seriously. Wait a minute. Let's think about this for a second, all right? Seriously. Even if, as a content creator or a person, you watch that and you're like, okay, I believe it. Maybe I believe it now is true. It's your opinion. You have your right to your own opinion. All right. Even though Rich has all this negative shit constantly said about him on the internet, there's videos just like that about him right now on the internet. He can be watched, and he knows those videos are bullshit. Okay. But he decides to watch one about me and treat it like fact, despite the fact this person has put out bunk shit in the past.
But Phil, there was so much evidence in that video, it just proves that it's you. There's so much overwhelming evidence that points the finger at being you are the one that's playing this goddamn mobile game. Behind the scenes, secretly, behind people's backs, they are begging fans for money for, so you can keep playing it again and again, every single day. The evidence is overwhelming. Let me go to Secret's channel. Secret Limited. There we go. 27 videos. Does he still have the escort video? I don't actually think he does he? Worst gaming moments. He's got a top 10 moments. I don't think he made a video specifically about the escort saga though. Interesting. Yeah, so 27 videos up. And of course the latest one, 49k views. 49k views, wow. This is his most successful video since the top 10 worst DSP game moments of 2021, which is 61k.
Some of the
evidence is overwhelming though. It really is overwhelming evidence at this rate. And of course, the big thing right at the end, Phil having the goddamn phone on his damn fucking, on his couch.
This is the chat box. These are all from the WWE Champions application game.
You can see what I'm saying, the evidence is just completely irrefutable, and Phil refuses to address it properly. So, that's my take on it.
And there's a track record of them putting out bunk shit. He still watches it and believes it is fact. I mean, I don't know how dumb you can be, but I don't think he's dumb. I think he does it on purpose, right? Even though he knows it's bullshit and he's been through it himself with his own videos about him. I'm going to believe this one because this is going to create drama for me today. So watch this. Now I can pretend like this is the reason why I'm, canceling my membership to Phil publicly in front of all of my viewers. Cancel. Oh, now everyone on the internet's talking about it. Rich canceled his membership to Darkside, Phil, and DSP Gaming. Oh, you see, he believes all the slander about him and blah, 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 blah. Does it really matter? No. But what it does, it creates a world of shit for me. Because now, for the last week, I got trolls coming on my stream, right? And they're coming and they're harassing me, and they're making public statements. Rich canceled his membership. You're a piece of shit. Even Rich believes the slander about you. Even Rich, they don't say slander, they say facts. Even Rich believes that about you and blah, blah, blah. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't understand that his actions have consequences. For me, not him, okay?
Maybe you shouldn't lie to your fans then, Phil. Just a thought.
The best way for me to get back at Rich would be right now to say, guys, today I'm canceling all my content. We are not going to make any gameplay today. We're going to go on the internet and we're going to watch negative videos about Review Tech USA. We're going to watch every one back to back, and I'm going to react to them. The Review Tech USA negativity marathon event here on DSP Gaming. It would get record views. I would make bank. All right. I would probably have a record-breaking fundraising day. I'd probably make enough to buy a PC and then some. All right. I know it because negativity and toxicity sells on YouTube. If it didn't, Keemstar wouldn't exist. And
do it, you pussy. Don't be such a wee bitch and just fucking do it. Empty words mean nothing, Phil. Just have some fucking balls for once in your pathetic little piggy life and follow through with these empty threats of yours, Phil. Fucking do it.
Review Tech wouldn't be profitable on YouTube. He'd be a failure. That's why he quit being a reviewer of tech and became this kind of a person. All right? But that's not me. I'm sorry. And if you, why are you trying to be high and mighty? You want to know why? Because I believe I'm better than that. All right? I do. I believe I'm a better person than to sit here and shit on someone all day for personal gain. Even if I can say with the premise, I don't know if all these videos are true or not. You know, even giving public attention to said negativity is hurtful to that person, which is why I asked Wings of Redemption first before I reacted to his Down the Rabbit Hole. Rich does not care about anyone. That's why he does what he does. That's why he keeps bringing me up, because he feels like I'm the bulletproof guy who's going to be able to survive it no matter what. He looks at Darkside Phil and he says, man, Phil's had trolls copyright strike the fuck out of his channel. He survived. He's been swatted. He's been doxxed. He's been kicked off of every network. He's been kicked out of streaming here or there. He survived the YouTube apocalypse. He's the rock against which the waves crash, and he's still here. Phil will not go away no matter what I do, so I can just do whatever I want. Rich, you're fucked up in the head. You're a bad person. You are. Because you don't care about the misery you cause me and others. It's not just me. I'm sure others have been the subject of misery because of you. I'm here to tell you today, Rich, because I know you're watching this. Let's not joke about it. You're watching this. You can't fucking help yourself. This is you. You are drama, okay? You've hurt me and my family with your actions. You have. It's not just about me and my business. It's about me and my family. You hurt us because you don't care about us. You care about you, all right? How can I put this? All right? As unpopular as I am, as much of a joke of the internet as I am, all right? And as financially troubled and strapped as I am, all right? I'm happy. I am. I'm actually happy. And I can say that. I can sit right here and say that to the internet.
You're fucking lying to us and the internet and yourself, but go on, Phil. He's apparently happy. He says he's happy, well, it looks like he's about to fucking cry.
Say I'm happy with my life. I'm married to the woman who's the one person in my life I've ever felt this way about, and we're gonna have a beautiful life together no matter the ups and downs of whatever we go through, right? It's an amazing feeling, all right? I love what I do for a job, okay? I do. I absolutely love every fucking minute of it, all right? It's not that I have to, oh God, there's nothing to do today, let's open up a negative video. I love what I do because I don't have to do that. There's enough positivity and content. If anything, this year, all right, I've shown I can do whatever the hell I want. I can clean out my fucking closet. And I have a positive viewership who loves me for who I am and my personality and enjoys doing anything with me. All right? I don't have to pull stunts to get any kind of positivity out of my viewers. All right? I don't have to take my shirt off. I don't have to suck a cucumber. I don't have to kiss a cock. I don't have to watch a negative video to run a business. I can do fun, positive things and still run a business. Do you see the difference between you and me, Rich? You understand? You wanted to review tech, and you can't. You're a failure at what you wanted to do. You had to degrade yourself in order to be successful, and you're much more successful than me, and that's okay, because I'm happy with what I do, and I can sleep at night knowing that at the end of the day, all right, what I put out on the internet is not harmful to anyone and probably gave meaning. Because every day I get people telling me, man, I really enjoyed your stream today. Whether it was a nostalgic throwback to a game you played from my childhood, reviewing a new game that just came out, just having a conversation with us. This is great content, and I absolutely love this, right? I love this. And that's what means something to me, all right? It's tough. Let me tell you, it's tough financially. Rich made a point in his video. He says, I don't understand. Phil's been having financial problems for 10 years. If his followers keep giving him support, why does he keep having financial issues? Allow me to explain that, because I have explained it publicly a million times, but people don't listen to the explanation. Instead, they make up their conspiracy, okay? When I moved across the country 7 years ago, at this point 8 years ago, I overspent dramatically. I put myself into a huge financial problem.
And it was entirely your fucking fault, Phil. This is all entirely your fault. You were to blame. You spent money you didn't fucking have. You put yourself into a massive financial black hole. And it's not fair on your fucking fans to have to have dug you out of that hole. But it wasn't your fans that done that. It was your fucking bankruptcy. You got a bankruptcy cleared successfully, and that should have been the end of it. But no, you replaced one financial black hole with another financial black hole in WWE Champions. That replaced the black hole instead. And still your fans have to step up every single day and make sure you don't go financially destitute and don't miss a meal. Or miss a pool in WWE Champions.
I was assuming I was going to make the same amount of money I always made, and that didn't happen for various reasons. Ad revenue dipped on YouTube, my popularity waned on YouTube, and trolls struck the shit out of DSP Gaming with copyright strikes, making this channel lose a ton of attention and viewership that used to be dependent upon for income. All right, my income went woo like this over the course of 2 years. I had to start relying on Patreon. I had to start relying on other things. I couldn't make ends meet anymore. All right. Then when it seemed like things were actually getting better because I was starting to get control over them, in 2017, I found out my tax attorney was doing everything wrong. My tax guy had not been doing my state income taxes at all properly, and I owed thousands upon thousands of back taxes to the state of Washington. So not only was I already in insane amounts of debt from overspending moving out here, but I also was in insane debt because I owed taxes I didn't even know about. All right? Now, 2 years ago, I declared bankruptcy. I was granted bankruptcy, all right? All that debt, the unsecured debt, luckily went away except for the things that are secured, like my mortgage and my car loan. That's not going to go away. The problem is I have all these tax issues that are not resolved because I never had the money to pay them off. They put me on payment plans. They put me on agreements. And every time it looks like, oh, I'm getting to a better position, something fucks me over. So I don't need to go through every example, but I'll just give you an example from last year. Last year, someone stole my identity. They found a way to get access to a site they shouldn't have had access to. They then decided to take money from me.
Holy shit, this is incorrect. This is an absolute... No. He's lying through his teeth right here. People got access to his account on Bank of America. People got access to his account on Bank of America, and they managed to find out his historical transactional information. This... I need to rewind this. This is a complete lie right here. I might actually have to make a video on this.
Money, yeah. Money, oh, money, yeah. Money.
Thank you, Prophet, for a super chat. It says, prawn bots coming. Oh, for fuck's sake. Prophet, give us a break from the goddamn bots, please. Just can't tell him to calm down. Send him to Phil's chat. He reacts awkwardly to it. Send him there, please. I don't want them. In fact, why did it never affect Phil's chat? I don't understand how you can avoid these bots and I get hit with them. Because I don't know how you block emojis from getting posted, unless he's blocked every single bot already somehow. Anyway, we need to see this again. This is a complete lie he's telling right now.
Oh, I'm getting to a better position, something fucks me over. So I don't need to go through every example, but I'll just give you an example from last year. Last year, someone stole my identity. They found a way to get access to a site they shouldn't have had access to. They then decided to take money from me. Okay? Thousands of dollars. This was not like, we fucked around. $3,000, $3,000. Oh, fuck. Now I have no money. So now I have to contact my financial institution. I have to contact everyone around me. Every account has to be closed. Everything has to be done from scratch. And it took a long time. It took 2 to 3 months of work and extra thousands of dollars to repair the damage that they did. Okay? I had to freeze my credit report and basically say, what do they call it? They put like a warning on it that says, do not grant this guy credit because if it's him, it's not him and shit like that. So all this happened last year. Now, I'm not going to talk about it publicly because it's fucked up and I don't want it to happen to other people. And
plus, you're lying for your fucking picky teeth right now because we know actually what fucking happened. We know what actually happened. The guy admitted to what he did. And we have evidence to back it up. Everything he said he did has some sort of verification to it. Like, he gave information which could all be yours, and yes, lo and behold, that information is yours. Phil found out for himself. This is Phil Burnell's information. And they phoned up the number to get the transactional information history, and lo and behold, it all tallied up. The things that you said happened as well from the previous cases, like, you went to fucking grocery shopping that day or some pish. Ah, for God's sake, man. Please screen grab his face. But it's all blurry though. Let me see if I can make it look better. Nah, even 1080p it's still a bit blurry. I mean, I can try. I'll take a wee screen grab. Hang on, I won't even go full screen, mate, you know, but it's a bit bloody, as is. Not really happy with it, to be honest, because it's a bit bloody. Actually, sure, I'll go full screen. I'll go full screen and try and do it for you. Hang on. 2 seconds, guys. Screen grab in the face. It is a hell of a weird face, but it's because he's moving as well. It's a bit bloody. But there you go, Hawksworth. There's a screen grab to face. So, right, back to bingo.
Quite frankly, it was a really fucked up time and it was really stressful for me, but I got through it, all right? But this is the point I'm making is what happens when all that shit's going down? Oh, now it's strike when the iron is hot, right? Oh, we know something fucked up's happening to Phil, so let's put out a bunch of slanderous and nonsense about him on the internet to double down on the negativity against him when he's already down. Now, do you think I'm going to address any of that shit? Of course I'm not. In fact, lawyers told me not to. I was told legally, do not address the specifics of anything people are saying because all it's going to do is hurt you further because of the shit that people find out and then use that to fuck with you, okay? So, it's hilarious because these idiots are basically now trying to counter what I'm saying in the stream chat, saying I'm lying or saying all the whatever. I don't care what they say. I know what I went through last year, all right?
Now, we know what you went through last year. We know you're trying your best to fucking call out lies. Phil's only argument here in defence is to say it's lies, to be fair. This is literally the only thing he can do. The only thing he can do is lie. If he admits they're real, he'll have to admit that all those $40,000 in microtransactions that appear on that same bank leak is real, and he's got no way to explain that. Phil has zero explanation for this. There's just no defence for Phil here. He has to lie. It's his only defence is to lie through his piggy teeth. There's just nothing else he can do.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you, Barrett Wells. So, super chat, he said, the salt outweighs legal advice, thankfully. Yeah, exactly, yeah. He's lying through his piggy teeth here, but he has to because he cannot tell the truth. The truth actually hurts him more. He cannot admit to his fans that the bank leaks are real. But this is a very strange and bizarre way to try and twist it. This is a very strange lie he's telling here. So you try to tell me that people stole all this money from Phil and he never got it back? Phil never got an update on this. He never tried to set up any emergency fundraisers to deal with getting what? How many thousands of dollars did Phil say? Yeah, was it it said 3K separate times, didn't he? 3K in 3 separate times. Bob Hawkins says the bank leaks happened when he was on YouTube, right? Yes, he was September 2021 at the time, so he was on YouTube by about 3 or 4 months at that point. He has been big and hardcore the whole time he's been on YouTube. Now he's saying he had 9K in the bank until it was stolen during the bank leak. That's a very good point, Bob Hoskins. That's an extremely good point, Bob Hoskins. Bob Hoskins is pointing out there that Phil was claiming he had $9,000 in his bank account, taken in one day. It's an extremely good point, actually. I think it's a very fair and good point. Actually, I feel like rewinding it to get to that. Let's rewind this one more time.
Of work and extra thousands of dollars to...
Hang on, back forward. I'll do.
I declared bankruptcy. I was granted bankruptcy, all right? All that debt, the unsecured debt, luckily went away except for the things that are secured, like my mortgage and my car loan. Because I never had the money to a better position. Some year, someone stole my identity.
Okay, we go.
They found a way to get access to a site they shouldn't have had access to. They then decided to take money from me. Okay? Thousands of dollars. This was not like, we fucked around. $3,000, $3,000, $3,000. Oh, fuck.
Phil is claiming that somehow, magically, he had $9,000 taken off him in one day, and he never thought to set up an emergency fundraiser to try and get some pity money from his fans, saying, guys, please help me, I'm really desperate. $9,000 has been taken out of my bank accounts by evil people. I cannot say more because of the evil, and lawyers have told me not to. This is an incredible figure to suddenly pull out of this. $9,000 just like that was stolen from Phil in the space of one day. Phil had $143 left in his account at the time. When it was breached, he had $143 in it. The account got frozen because too many people kept accessing the information for it and all that, and kept phoning up Bank of America. So many people kept calling up, and so the account got frozen, which did hurt Phil and did result in late fees, I believe. So actually, Phil missed a couple of bills because his account was frozen. So he got hurt that way, and that was the only way I think that Phil got hurt financially from this happening, the bank leaks. Phil was suddenly claiming he lost $9,000 in a single day because of this. Because of identity theft. It's the first that anyone's ever heard of this fucking happening to Phil. Actually, this kind of figure. This is the first that we've ever heard of this figure from Phil. And he's not at any point... Is he going to claim he got it back? Did he? Listen, I hope his fans ask him, did he get $9,000 back from the authorities or whatever? Did he chase it up? Did the Bank of America get him the money back from him? He needs to fucking make sure he doesn't just... His fans need to make sure they stay on top of this. They really do need to fucking make sure they stay on top of him for this claiming this. This man had $9,000 apparently in his bank account, and he was still begging hard every single day from his fans to support him. And Phil admits he doesn't have a savings account, so he just had $9,000 and they're just sitting around, chilling.
Now I have no money. So now I have to contact my financial institution. I have to contact everyone around me. Every account has to be closed. Everything has to be done from scratch. And it took a long time. It took 2 to 3 months of work and extra thousands of dollars to repair the damage that they did, okay? I had to freeze my credit report and basically say, what do they call it? They put like a warning on it that says, do not grant this guy credit because if it's him, it's not him, and shit like that. So all this happened last year. Now, I'm not going to talk about it publicly because it's fucked up and I don't want it to happen to other people. And quite frankly, it was a really fucked up time and it was really stressful for me, but I got through it, all right? But this is the point I'm making is what happens when all that shit's going down? Oh, now it's strike when the iron is hot, right? Oh, we know something fucked up's happening to Phil, so let's put out a bunch of slanderous and nonsense about him on the internet to double down on the negativity against him when he's already down. Now, do you think I'm going to address any of that shit? Of course I'm not. In fact, lawyers told me not to. I was told legally, do not address the specifics of anything people are saying because all it's going to do is hurt you further because of the shit that people find out and then use that to fuck with you, okay? So, it's hilarious because these idiots are basically now trying to counter what I'm saying in the stream chat, saying I'm lying or saying, oh, whatever. I don't care what they say. I know what I went through last year, all right? But this is the point I'm making. Every time it looks like, oh, here we go. I'm getting back on my feet. Oh, the tax guy didn't do your taxes right for several years. Okay, so 3 years passed. I worked through it. I get the bankruptcy declared. Things are looking better. Oh, now all your information's stolen and everything's fucked up. And now you can't pay stuff for 2 months. And now everything's ruined again for you. And now you're behind again. And this just keeps happening. I haven't had a set of years here where people won't stop fucking with me. So because of that, this thing keeps happening over and over and over again. And I can't get back on my feet. Right now, I don't have debt per se, like you would think. I don't have credit cards and shit. I have tax issues because I can't afford to catch up with my back taxes.
You get $9,000 back at least, Phil. Where's the $9,000? Please talk about $9,000 that suddenly got stolen off you. Please tell me you got that back at least, so I know you're comfortable at least for a rainy day. That one rainy day.
Because every time I try, something fucked up happens and now I'm behind on everything again. And this is the situation I'm in every single month. Okay, that's why I live paycheck to paycheck. There's your explanation. By the way, this is not new information. This is information I've talked about over and over. But
No, this is brand new information. And $9,000 suddenly out of nowhere getting taken from his account is fucking brand new information. You fucking try and tell me any time Phyllis fucking alluded to him getting $9,000 stolen from him in one single day. There's no fucking way. 9K is absolutely brand fucking new. There's no fucking way that was just always fucking revealed. No. This is fucking brand new information, Phil. Don't even fucking pretend otherwise. This is the same shit you pulled for WWE champions. It's not. This is not new information. I play mobile games and all that shit. Fucking idiot.
People ignore it. Much like people like to ignore the factual evidence that I was ever good at Street Fighter. There's documented evidence of it. It's all over the internet. Tournament results. Oh, Phil was never good at Street Fighter. Despite the fact there's 3 years of evidence that he was winning tournaments, he was never good at Street Fighter.
Phil was okay at Street Fighter. He was decent at Street Fighter. The problem is, he thought he was better than he actually was. He was an okay player, but he wanted to be better. He wasn't as good as the best were, and that got to him, and that hurt him. Phil was a decent Street Fighter player. Let's give him his dues. There's no denying that he was not a good Street Fighter player. He was a decent Street Fighter player, but that's the problem though, he was only decent. Phil, it's the one game Phil holds a lot of pride in, and he was never great at it. That is why it hurts him. When people say he's not good at Street Fighter, he is good at Street Fighter, but he's not great at it, and that burns him. RTU just tweeted he's going to stream tonight, and for fuck's sake, oh, I'm not going to tune into that. You guys can enjoy it if you want, man, but I'll be peacefully sleeping, enjoying a good night's rest for work tomorrow. Jeffrey Walsh says it's exactly that, but if there hadn't been a boycott of Evo that year, he wouldn't have made it out of the pools. Probably Jeffrey Walsh, probably, but the fact of the matter is Phil still competed. He did not make everyone else boycott. Phil did not make everyone else boycott that tournament.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Hey, Rydrick, thank you very much for super chat. It says, man oh man, the most regarded thing I've seen. Yeah, it's quite incredible, man. I'm still struggling trying to get my head around it. Look, Phil getting 4th place at Evo, Phil still had to beat the people in front of him. He didn't ask people to fucking bow out of the tournament just for the sake of it, you know. He had to still practice, not shit, and he had to make sure he knew the game. Phil earned 4th place at Evo. Regardless of the situation, he still had to beat who was in front of him, and that's what I'm saying, credit where credit's due. He beat who was in front of him. Everyone else bowed out. He got fortunate in those circumstances. Luck was on his side, I guess, in that regard, you know, but he still had to beat who was in front of him. He got 4th place at Evo one time. Well done to him. Phil was never great at Evo, though, or great at Street Fighter. At times when he had to step up the most, when he tried his best to be a Street Fighter player, he just couldn't hack it.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you, Kenshiro, for the super chat. It says DSP claimed people wanted to beat him up at Evo. Well, that's definitely true. This is actually people that were at Evo that said that they were going to beat him up, and Phil tried and got out of it. Phil actually got out of a situation where he was going to get beat up one time, where he begged not to get beaten up because he was a drunk and he was depressed and didn't mean what he said, and he basically was on his hands and knees pleading for his life to not get hit by Jaha and Mike Watson. Yeah. If Jaha gets on the That Being Said podcast at some point, you know, he will probably tell that story, because I don't think those guys know about it. Some of those guys know about, also some of you guys as well know about Jaha and what he did to Phil and made him cry and all that stuff, but I don't think those guys know about it, so that'll be nice to see the reaction to that story when they actually discover it's Jaha himself was the one that made Phil cry. Well, one of the guys that made him cry. Ah, Christ, man. Look, Phil's good at Street Fighter. Let's just not lie about it. He's good at Street Fighter, but he's not great at it. He wants people to think he's great at the game. He's no great at it. It's his best game. It is his best game. But even then, he's only semi-decent at the game. Kenshiro says, I know Mike Watson, maybe I can get him on here, but I didn't ask too much about his past games. I mean, who knows? I mean, yeah. It wouldn't be me covering it, by the way, Kenshiro. It says, literally, the channel name is That Being Said, and they're having a special event on Sunday to celebrate 1,000 viewers, which I'll be a part of, actually, for a small spell. So it starts at 12 PM Eastern Time. But if you guys didn't know, by the way, 12 PM Eastern Time, Sunday, That Being Said, special event, 1K special. Plenty of guests on throughout the day. I'll be on at some point, and Steve Ed as well. Anyone, basically, you know, if Jaha and Mike Watson can get on as well, and whoever else, you know, just to talk shit about Phil, I think they'd be more than welcome. But yeah, Phil was never that great at the game, and it's his best game. That's what stings him most.
This is what people on the internet do. They selectively discredit facts and selectively entertain conspiracy to create drama. They then profit off of said drama. And when you, Rich, watch that drama on your stream, say you believe it, cancel your membership to my channel, what do you think happens? Do you think that helps me to get back on my feet? Or do you think now I got to deal with another world of shit because you're an irresponsible person? All right? So, allow me to adjourn this little shindig because I'm getting tired of it at this point, okay? Allow me to end this definitively, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, the most embarrassing moment of my life happened 6 years ago. It's well documented. It's never going away. It will probably haunt me for the rest of my life. But I like to feel that I moved on from that. I've been a better person. I'm a better content creator, all right? I do my best to ignore this type of drama, and I just try to stay in my lane, all right? Sometimes I falter and I fail, but I like to believe that that's my past, all right? That was my most embarrassing moment. There will never be another moment in my life more embarrassing than what happened 6 years ago, okay? Every single time Review Tech USA turns on his stream is the most embarrassing moment in his life. Because every time he gets in front of his camera to make content, all right, he has no responsibility. He has no integrity. He's not doing anything positive for the world. All he cares about is himself. Every time that he actively decides to suck a cucumber, kiss a cock, take his shirt off for $1, he's showing you what he actually thinks about himself, his content, and his viewer base. He doesn't care at all. He's an embarrassment to the fucking internet. He is nothing but a discount store Keemstar. And he really wishes that he were Keemstar, but he knows he never will be. So instead, he rides the lol cow train. Oh, everyone says I'm a lol cow, so I'll buy into that to make $1, right? How about instead of that, you have a lick of decency, honesty, integrity, self-fucking respect, and you put out some content that helps someone. You ever thought of that? Instead, oh, I got nothing to do today. Let's watch negative shit about people all over the internet and make $1 at their expense. How about you stop being a fucking public embarrassment? Because that's exactly what you fucking are. Listen, I'm way down here on level 1, way below you and everyone else. But I can wake up in the morning and say, man, I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to have a fun day with my viewing audience. We're going to have meaningful content, and we're just going to write it out and have a good time.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Sunspot Gallery, for the super chat. It says strictly for cherry juice. Okay, I'll see what I can do. Would diluting juice be blackcurrant be alright? Yeah, okay. By the way, Sunspot Gallery made a new video and dropped my phone. Shit. Don't worry, I'm not playing WWE Champions or anything. I'm just keeping an eye on the football scores. There's live football on, so I'm keeping an eye on scores. But yeah, Sunspot Gallery has a new video, guys. I would recommend checking out. He's doing his new series. So it's, oh shit, I'm going to embarrass myself here. What's it called? Is it Bacon? Is it Bacon Bits? Is that what it's called? Or Bacon Burn? Shit, Sunspot Gallery. What's it called again? I know it's bacon something. Typically, I only focus on the fucking food. You know, so I've seen bacon, it's like, yes. What do you mean, no? What do you mean, fucking no? Stop saying no, because I'm just going to fucking try and find it now. Hang on. Son. No, that's not my address. Hang on. Yeah, why don't you just quicker just to fucking tell me the name of the fucking thing so I got it right, you know? And instead you're going, no. Bacon Sweats. Fucking Bacon Sweats. Bacon Sweats. He's got a brand new fucking video. It's actually based on this rant, to be fair. You know, it's only 3 minutes long. And that's it. There's a link to it. There you go. So shout out to Sunspot Gallery. He's back making videos. He had a wee hiatus for a month or two. But he's back and he's doing Bacon Sweats. And yeah, would highly recommend, guys, if you've not checked out. So there you go. Anyway, back to the show.
I know that by the end of today, I won't have to hurt a single person, and I'll still have fun and make a living doing it. You have to degrade yourself. You have to make negative content to make a living because you failed as a content creator. It doesn't matter how many subs you have. It doesn't matter how many dollars roll in for you. You're a failure in life. Deal with it and leave my name out of your mouth forever. I don't ever want to hear you say Dark Side Phil again.
This is giving me like Will Smith vibes, except not as, you know, not as aggressive. Leave my name out of your mouth. There's just no slap, you know, there's no random bitch slap. It's just a random bitch instead whining about this.
I'm done with you. You understand? Done. You're never going to be addressed in my content again. You're a joke. You're lower than Keemstar. You're lower than the low because you don't give a fuck about who you hurt to get by. Well, you fucked with the wrong guy because I'm not here to be the butt of your fucking joke anymore. Go ahead and do whatever you want. I'm not going to stop you, but just understand something, all right? I, in my mind, am better than you because I don't have to be like you to be happy. And that's all I have to say about that. Okay, I'm done. I got it off my chest. So, as a rule of thumb, all right, I am not bringing up this guy anymore. I really want nothing to do with this guy. He's scum to me. He's the gum on the bottom. He is the hemorrhoid on the ass of YouTube that no matter how much preparation H you put on it, that fucker keeps coming back. Like, damn, I thought I got rid of you, man. You're back again to talk about me? Like, really? So at this point, I understand the hemorrhoid ain't gonna go away, all right? So what do? You ignore it. There's no, what hemorrhoid? What are you talking about? Who the fuck is RTU? Never heard of this guy. Some fucking, oh, he sucks cucumbers and kisses cocks. Wow, it definitely sounds like someone who deserves my time, right? Fuck him. I'm done, you know, done with that. So I'm just going to warn you guys, all right? Do not bring up shit about him on my streams. I don't care. It's the same policy as everything else. I don't care about this guy. I never wanted to be ever bothered by this guy. Ever. I don't know why. This is a history of abuse where he just keeps bringing me up constantly. I don't know why. It makes no fucking sense. Besides, the guy can't make content for his own. He has to bring down others to have content. So fuck him. It's over. No more. You're not going to ever see me. I'm never being on in a show. I'm never going to address his shit ever again. Oh, Rich made a new... Fuck Rich. I don't care. Who's Rich? Never heard of him. Go fuck yourself. You know, that's my mentality now. All right? So, already I know because some of my moderators came to me this morning and they said, what's going to be the policy regarding Review Tech USA? All right? Listen, here's my policy, and I want to say this publicly too. If you're a fan of Review Tech and you like his content, you're still welcome here. I'm not the kind of guy that's going to say, you can't like this and like this. More power to you. You're still welcome here. All right? But please understand, I want nothing to do with him. So please don't bring him up. I don't care what he did today. I don't care what he sucked, what he took off, what he shoved up his asshole, who he talked about negatively to get a... I don't care. I don't want to be involved with his toxic shit on the internet. I have nothing to do with that man, and I never want to ever hear from him ever again. I'm above that shit. I am literally above that shit. What's funny is that shit has so much money in it, but I'm above it anyway. I don't need to deal with that. All right? So please, don't bring it up. All right? And understand, if you do bring it up once or twice, whatever, if you keep doing it and you derail my chat, you're going to get moderated just like anyone else. It's right in the rules. It says don't bring up hater or detractor content. This guy has brought me up enough negatively in his shit that he could be considered that. I'm sorry, but he just could be. He just won't stop. So as of today, I don't want to hear about him anymore. All right? You guys, if there's regulars of his, I know there are. There's some regulars of his that have actually come here on the stream and been supportive and positive. Welcome. Enjoy the content. That's not toxic and shit. Enjoy content that's a lot different. And, you know, I'm not going to, you know, hate on you for liking something that I don't or I don't agree with. All right? That's not I'm not a closed-minded guy. So more power to you. But please don't derail my content. All right? Please don't. Do not derail my content talking about him. All right? This is it and this is done. No, my opinion is not going to fucking change on this subject. Rich had the opportunity to apologize. I asked him to. He did not. Instead, he made another negative video about me. So he's done. All right? It's over. That's actually what spurred me to do this morning. He literally made yet another negative video about me instead of apologizing. So I'm done with him. No more. This is an end-all, be-all done. And now we can move on positively, okay, to the future. This is hilarious. Anime109 says he watched one detractor video, now he's toxic. He's been doing this for 7 years. Go look at his channel. He keeps doing it. This is like a history, a chronic history of this guy doing this. This is not, oh, he watched one video. He's been doing this for 7 fucking years, dude. It's out of control. Okay. So anyway, that's that. End of the subject. I'm not going to ban people on site for mentioning Review Tech. You know me, I'm not a jerk like that. But please don't derail my streams with this toxic shit. I don't want to deal with this guy ever again. I don't want to hear from him ever again. Best case scenario, I don't even have to know he exists. All right? That would be the best case scenario for me. If I never hear RTU, Rich Review Tech ever again in my life, I'd actually have a better life. So let's try to do that. Okay. Shout outs. Let's get to shout outs, shall we? All right. So, as you know, Jade re-upped his membership earlier. I think I actually gave him a shout out when he did. So thank you, Jade, for re-upping your membership. And sorry, Jade. Jade's a very positive person. Probably upset that I had to do this shit today. I'm sorry, Jade. I actually apologize to you personally because you're here for positivity, not for this kind of shit. I know what kind of a person you are, okay? Thank you for your support. Axiom Infinity did a $5 super chat. Says you should post highlights on TikTok. You can get a crazy amount of views there and link your YouTube channel. TikTok. All right. In the past, I would have been like, oh, terrible idea, but I'll just say, okay. If you can give me more details on how exactly I could do that, maybe I'll look into it. James Bertrand has become a member for 7 months. 7-month hype. Just got the stream now. Sorry, no problem, James. Welcome, and thank you for the support. Okay. No. Daki, no. Daki says, should Review Tech USA's channel be striked or reported for harassment and bullying? No. I don't condone it. I don't want anyone to do that.
Thank you, Amakuno, for subscribing to the channel. Yeah, he super chatted earlier on and now subscribed, so that's quality stuff. I'm glad he's sticking around. And yeah, in case you didn't hear what Phil said there, let me rewind a wee bit. Bertrand has become a member for 7 months. 7-month hype. Just got the stream now. Sorry, no problem, James. Welcome, and thank you for the support. Okay. No. Daki, no. Daki says, should Review Tech USA's channel be striked or reported for harassment and bullying? No. I don't condone it. I don't want anyone to do that. No bullshit copyrights. No fucking bullying. Nothing. Leave his content alone. Enough of that shit. Enough of people abusing YouTube. I do not want anyone to do that. And if you do it, you're going against my wishes. Do not touch his content. That's his livelihood. Do not ruin his fucking life. Like people do to me all the fucking time. Don't do it to him. All right? Do not.
I refuse to say that no, do not. I don't want a single negative thing to happen to that man as a result of this today. This is me getting shit off my chest and laying down the law about my content, and that's where it ends. Do not do anything negative to that man. Okay. Nature Addict did a super chat saying, I think Review Tech was genuinely trying to give helpful advice. Constructive criticism should be welcome. You're doing well, but you can improve. There's a difference between advice and basically believing a bunch of shit. Like I said, if he really, honestly, wanted to help, he could talk to me behind the scenes and reach out to me in that way. He could actually have me on a show to have a discussion about it. Not sit there and purposely watch the toxic content that you know is toxic. A person who over the years has made falsified shit about me. We know it. Like I said, there's a documentary that person made about the escort saga that was proven to be false, but they keep making the same kind of content, and he watches it as if it's factually true and then makes judgments based off of it. All right? There's different ways to go about it. That's not advice. He's not giving me advice by basically shitting on me on his stream. That's not advice. Okay? Or his video. It's not. Okay? That's called make money degrading others. Okay. Sage Tangent did a super chat, and he says, instead of devaluing Rich as a content creator, why don't you debunk the mobile games? Okay. Here we go again. What don't you understand about the fact that I've explained to you guys over and over what's really going on behind the scenes with me financially? I've told you a million times, and then telling you that if I ever were to reveal anything regarding personal accounts or things, this is used to hurt me. What don't
Just admit it was WWE Champions, it was on your phone, from the Daily Wrap, on July 23rd, Phil. If you just admit it, it would probably get better for you. Actually, it probably wouldn't, but I just want to fucking admit it finally. Just, let's see.
you understand about that? You're just dumb. You're a dummy. Okay? I've explained it a million times. If I were to ever reveal personal information about my accounts and shit, a single login name, that they would use it to hurt me. Okay? They have in the past. So why would they not do it in the future? And on top of that, whenever something gets debunked, all right? Whenever gets something debunked, guess what happens? I'll tell you what happens. The goalpost gets moved. And when the goalpost gets moved, guess what happens? Nothing. Nothing positive. It's just the next negative piece of shit out of them. There's no reason to waste their time. Okay?
So, about that $9,000, Phil. About the $9,000. What the fuck happened to the $9,000 that was apparently stolen from you? I'm kind of curious, Phil, about the $9,000 you just mentioned. Please tell us, Phil, about the $9,000. We're kind of very curious about those certain goalposts being moved to include a $9,000 figure. No one's in the chat is going to ask about $9,000. Not one single person is going to ask. I didn't realise you had $9,000 stolen, Phil. That's crazy. I hope you got that money back. And I can't believe you had $9,000 sitting in your bank account at just one time, doing absolutely nothing, while you begged profusely.
Okay? Okay. Alright. Sweets. We have this membership for 3 months. You're the best. Never change who you are. Thank you, Sweets. Appreciate that. And Only Kawaii Coffee did a super chat and says Rich is going to be spending time with... Oh. See, here's the thing. I know you're trying to make that a joke, but that's very dark humor, and I'm totally not doing that because that's disrespectful to someone else that's not Rich, so I'm definitely not doing that. So I'm not... That's fucked up. Okay. Thank you, Jay. Says, I don't care about any of this. I'm just here, for you, and I appreciate that. Alright. On the tips side of things. Oh, let's see here. Here we go again. Fairest tipped $1.50, talking about I should debunk things. I never debunk things, wasting my time. Anto Camaro tipped $1.50 and says, perhaps you should try playing multiverses in 1v1. I did. It was terrible. Don't you remember? I played like 3 or 4 matches. Every match was lag full. It was terrible. It was not fun at all. It was teleporting all over the screen. And even the people who made the game don't feel that the 1v1 is really the competitive nature of the game. That's why the tournament at EVO was 2v2. So why would I purposely play a mode that isn't the intended competitive mode for the game? It doesn't make sense. If you want me to tonight, I'll do 1v1s. I don't care, but I don't think there's any value in it. It's you know what I mean? Like, it's not very fun. It's the laggiest connections of all, and I don't think there's anything to be gained by doing 1v1. And Only Kawaii Coffee did a super chat and says Rich is going to be spending time with... Oh. See, here's the thing. I know you're trying to make that a joke, but that's very dark humor, and I'm totally not doing that because that's disrespectful to someone else that's not Rich, so I'm definitely not doing that.
I got a rewind request, so I'll rewind
it. I'm not, that's fucked up.
I'll put rewind far enough. If I didn't rewind far enough, then
Thank you, Jay. Says, I don't care about any of this. I'm just here, for you, and I appreciate that. All right. On the tips side of things. Oh, let's see here. Here we go again. Ferris tipped $1.50, talking about I should debunk things. I never debunk things, wasting my time. Anto Camaro tipped $1.50 and says, perhaps you should try playing multiverses in 1v1. I did. It was terrible. Don't you remember? I played like 3 or 4 matches. Every match was lag full. It was terrible. It was not fun at all. It was teleporting all over the screen. And even the people who made the game don't feel that the 1v1 is really the competitive nature of the game. That's why the tournament at EVO was 2v2. So why would I purposely play a mode that isn't the intended competitive mode for the game? It doesn't make sense. If you want me to tonight, I'll do 1v1s. I don't care, but I don't think there's any value in it. It's you know what I mean? Like, it's not very fun. It's the laggiest connections of all, and I don't think there's anything to be gained by doing 1v1s. It's not meant to be that style of game. You know what I mean? I don't care. I'll do it tonight. I don't give a shit. I'll do, okay, first half hour of tonight, I'll do 1v1s. Okay? And then I'll do the team-based stuff after. All right? There you go. Or the free-for-all. But we'll do 1v1s for the first half hour of Multiverses tonight. There you go. Remind me that I said that too, because I'll do that tonight. All right? For variety's sake. Tarantula MS.
Oh, wait a second. We have a bingo thing. We actually have a fucking bingo thing for the first time in like ages. He said, there you go. Oh, fucking Yaldi, we have something for bingo. There you go. I genuinely feel like, you know, most of us just kind of memory hold there was a game of bingo happening during the RTU rant. It just feels like we just, oh, there's an interesting rant he had against RTU. Oh, wait a second, there's a fucking game of bingo happening. It's, oh, fuck, we all forgot about it. I have no idea if Phil did any of these things during the game that's left. It's quite possible he did. But I was just too focused on saying, I don't know about you guys, but I was kind of focused on what Phil was saying and trying to just, you know, say that was bullshit. This thing he said was bullshit, that thing he said was bullshit. Shane wants me to take all of them, just hint it. What I can do, guys, what I can always do is go back. For the things that are being said, I can check the transcript, right? D-Dog says he made his own drinking game. When I see bots, I take a drink. As Phil beating us down with the rant. Oh my god, and Prophet's going to get you liver failure. Prophet is going to destroy your liver, D-Dog, at this rate. Is it per bot, like per message, or is it like 3 or 4 messages from the same bot, just one drink? Oh, I thought it was just one drink per like bot and not per message. But yeah, Prophet's going to fucking give you liver failure, man, at this rate, for sure.
2018, to me $10 to say, Phil, I just got my Steam Deck today. Congratulations. I know a lot of people have been waiting ages to get their hands on a Steam Deck. I'm glad that you finally did. Then he tipped another $1.50 and says, oh, sorry about that 2018. It automatically stayed in my name. I just wanted to be Tarantula MS from now on. Okay, so Tarantula, thank you for the tips. And then Enlightened Empanada tipped me $40 and says, here's to longevity. So thank you, Enlightened Empanada. Because of that, we've already hit $53 in tips just starting off. I appreciate that very much. What happened? Oh, it went capital N. Enlightened Empanada. There we go. Which means Gunnar Glasses time. Cool. Wow, that is barely fitting. Holy moly. All right, guys, obviously, the podcast went long today. We knew it would with the subject matter. Thank God it's over with. Thank God we never have to address this ever again, right? It's done. All right, and I mean that. I don't care if people are like, oh, Twitter, and I don't give a fuck. I'm done. I told you, this is it for me. I'm done. I don't care what happens on Twitter. I don't care what happens on Facebook. I don't care what happens on TikTok. I don't care what happens on YouTube, what happens on Twitch, what fucking happened. I don't care. That's all has nothing to do with me. It's over. All that shit is done with. I'm not involved in any of that nonsense ever again, okay? It's absolutely ridiculous. All right? I'm here to have fun with video games with all of you. That's it. That's all it is about. Let's have some fun with video games, right? And that's all it was ever about to begin with. You know what I mean? I don't understand how it ever got derailed into bullshit. But like I said, sadly, these people pull me into their bullshit. I don't have anything to do with it. They want me in it, right? Okay. All right. We're done. Thank you for watching. We're going to get started with a new game, which I'm excited. I don't know what to expect from this game, but I'm excited to give it a try. 2 Point Campus, right? All right. Thank you very much. Let's do it.
I'm going to skip his outro because, you know, apparently it's used against people about copyright strikes. I don't know. I'm going to skip an outro. I'm going to go back to Phil.
Okay. Let's switch it over. I do have to pee quickly. And then we're going to get started. It'll take me like a minute. No big deal.
2 seconds, guys. We're still playing, by the way. We're still playing.
You guys really don't like you don't like Cartoon Phil, huh? You hate him, huh? You guys really detest Cartoon Phil. Why? I'm just curious. Why do you hate that Cartoon Phil? This baffles me that you guys hate it so much. Is it like disturbing? Or like what it Oh my god, excuse me.
Jesus
What's
Christ,
wrong with him?
disgusting pig. Filthy fucking pig.
It is disturbing, I'm being told. You have nightmares about Cartoon Phil? The part before that is bad. Okay, what's wrong with the part before that? What is wrong? If you guys give me a valid reason, right? Why it's so bad, maybe I'll listen by it. What's wrong with it?
We're still playing Bingo, guys. We're still playing. I need to say it is what it is.
Am I going to pee? Yes, I am. No, I'm not peeing now.
Good.
That'd be pretty bad. That'd be a pretty wet chair.
Engagement
No, I'm going
reality.
to pee in a second. My camera seems like it's too big.
We're still
That
playing.
better?
We're still playing, guys.
I can't tell if it's fitting the frame or not. Hold on a second. Why can't I see it?
The game
It's
is
good. Okay,
still
now
afoot.
fixed. Yeah,
The
it wasn't
game's
fitting.
still happening.
It was like too big for the frame. Okay. All right. It's hard to see on the background. Don't get me wrong, I like these borders a lot more. I like their animation. The old borders were easier to see. These borders are because they're more complex. They're like smaller, more intricate, and I can't really see if things line up properly. All right, I'm just gonna use the bathroom real quick. Just take a pee and come right back, and we're gonna start up. Okay? I'll be right back.
He must have said engagement by now. If he has, I didn't fucking catch it. What I'm going to say, guys, is for all the things that are things that he needs to say, I can always check a transcript, right? And if it actually did happen, I can update the bingo card like the following day. And if it results in a full card, a full house, then I will count it as a win. It's just a belated win. But that's what I'm saying, because it's easy enough to go back to transcripts, you know, and just say, oh, but by the way, like, I can check if I actually said it is what it is, and it sound good, engagement, reality. These things I can check on a transcript when it uploads the podcast, just to make sure I didn't say it during that. I don't actually think he has bumped microphone noise. I've actually been quite careful with it. By the way, I don't know why I'm not fucking fast forwarding. I can fucking fast forward. I'm fucking miles behind. I am 40 minutes behind live Phil. So we can literally just... Here we go, Phil's back. Here we go, the game's still happening.
Alright, I'm back. Ready, guys? Jay tipped me $3 talking about something I don't even know what it means. I don't know if it's a negative meme or something, you know? I don't know what that means. I'm not going to say it because it might be something negative. But anyway, this person says something annoyed him and you had to tip me. I don't know. Thank you, Jay, for a $3 tip. And understand, Jay, if I don't know what you're talking about, I'm not going to directly say it, only because so many people try to bait me into saying shit that I'm not going to say it, okay? Okay. All right. Okay, are we ready? All right, we good? All right, let me just start it up. I'll do a very brief intro, okay? And we'll get started here, okay? All right, everyone.
Unbelievable as it sounds, that's the end of Bloody Bingo. I didn't say any of these things. Stellan Archer, I don't actually need to do that. Let me show you how I do this, guys. So I can update the card tomorrow. The fact of the matter is, we know it's not a full house anyway, because there was no dumb close-up. That's for damn sure. We would have noticed a dumb close-up happening anyway. But Stellan Archer, here's what I do. I don't do Pig Pig Go, but I'll show you with the previous podcast, right? So it's a very simple thing. It's just to go to the previous podcast that Phil uploads, and there's a transcript option. So it appears on the right-hand side, and also you can search for things like, let's think of a random thing. Help. Does it say the word help at all? No, it doesn't look like he said the word help at all in yesterday's podcast anyway. No, it did. Here you go. 2244 to help. The first result's down here, I think, or down in the chat actually. Or something. I can't mind. But yeah, it actually said help. So for things like that, I can use a transcript that's attached to the podcast to check these things just to make sure that I'm not missing anything. The fact of the matter is, though, we didn't win tonight's bingo. It was as good as yesterday was. Today, not as great, although we got a very juicy RT rant out of it. But hey, it was still a decent bingo card, you know. It looked good on paper. But by the way, Sunspot's channel, check out if you haven't checked it already. Good view, and he's back uploading. He wasn't uploading for a while, he's back now, so yeah, in case you missed that before, check his shit out. Go away, profit in your fucking sex bots. You're gonna make D-Dog's liver feel. Yeah. Sunspot's channel, in case no one knows what it is. And while we're at it, Pixar Animation. His channel. If you've not subscribed to it yet, would highly recommend it. He does great things, including one of our favourite things, Pixar Animations, contributions, one of my favourite videos that exist. And yeah, sadly we didn't get a full house to Bingo tonight, got a couple of columns and that was it. But as always tomorrow, guys, as always tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. I do appreciate it. Thank you for all the contributions, the super chats and the subscriptions and everything else. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, maybe tomorrow we'll get a full house, whatever, but thanks for keeping me right in chat as well. We'll see what the fallout is from Phil's Angry Salty Toxic Rant, and of course RTU is going to respond as well, partly into a stream tonight. We'll have to see what happens with that shit, you know. Personally, I'll be fast asleep. I'll check out in the morning the fallout for that, whatever, but for now we're going to enjoy some Notorious PIG contributions, so I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Peace out.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
Alright, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower? When you're showered in money. When you go outside and all of a sudden greenbacks start falling from the sky and you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Alright, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone.